trumpet.
Hello, everyone. Welcome to the Rooster Teeth podcast. This week brought to you by I'm Gus.
I'm Gavin.
Barbara.
I'm Bernie.
And I'm Gus. And I'm back from my 5 years
Gus.
of vacation that I've been gone forever.
Where'd you go?
Japan and Singapore.
Did you?
You thought I was gone forever.
It
He
felt
said
like
5
it.
weeks. He said 5 weeks.
You know, Gus, I'm going to tell you something.
I didn't say that.
I'm going to regret saying this out loud. I missed you.
Did you?
Yeah.
That's really sweet.
I missed you, Gus.
Thank you.
Yeah.
I missed being back here and working with all of my friends.
The office felt lonely without you.
There wasn't an oppressive black cloud hanging over you since I was
Did you have
gone.
a good time?
Yeah, had a real good time.
You like your wife. That's important.
What does that mean?
You like your wife.
How long has Gus been gone?
You guys got to have like a 3 year on there. 2 weeks, 3 weeks, 4 weeks, too short.
Everybody. Gus, you guys support Gus way too much in the polls.
You know, Gus, even though you were gone,
In the polls.
you made a tweet that had Meg and I just cracking up.
Oh, yeah?
Like in bed, just laughing our asses off. It was that snarky tweet.
Oh
that you made.
yeah, I tweeted Meg a photo. Like there was, I saw this shirt that had Toad on it. I thought was really cute looking, so I just tweeted it to Meg. Just like,
Does she like Toad?
yeah,
She loves Toad.
Okay.
Yeah, I like that too.
Like it was just at Meg Turney, then this photo, and then some other random person replied to that tweet. Just wrote, "I don't get it." So my reply was just, "Well, that's why I didn't tweet it to you."
Yeah, dude, not for you. Not for you.
It was just so
That's the
dry
best
and blunt.
response ever.
So I don't know what you want. I mean, yeah, I didn't explain it because it's for Meg.
It's also like you tweeted at her. It wasn't a tweet where you happened to tag her in it at the end.
And it wasn't private conversation, so I'm sure people would see it.
Sure.
But that's why there was no context.
Yeah.
It was just really strange.
What was the shirt? I didn't see it.
It was just a photo of like a shirt with Toad on it. It said like woohoo or something.
I'm kind of like Gavin now. I'm way behind in my Twitter feed, and I don't think I'm ever going to catch up again.
Yep.
I kept thinking you said, I kind of like Gavin now.
I kind of like
It
Gavin.
finally happened.
After 12 years, I kind of grew on people. That's actually the opposite.
Gavin and I recorded our game time today that we've been wanting to record for a while. We had fun doing it.
Didn't you already have a game time together?
Oh, well, this was different. This was
That was old game time.
That was all game time we talked about. Yeah, in fact, I just read a thing recently where someone said, I hope Bernie and Gavin will have a game. I'm giving them a nice voice. I hope Bernie and Gavin will make a new game time because I really enjoyed the conversation they had. This was entirely different. This was a show that Gavin and I have wanted to make forever where we just go through people's Xbox Live capture libraries and play and watch random clips. This time we had such a backlog of our own, we didn't even get to anyone else's.
We have enough to even go again on ours as well. Like, I could be better prepared with naming my clips, which I didn't know you could do.
Dude, I came. I was like,
You did
I
do
had,
nice.
I had mine all set up and everything.
You were
It was
that
in my
excited,
lap,
huh?
though.
I even did some editing. That's okay. Gavin's a busy man, so it's like if just having him on the show is good.
I had a regularly busy weekend, so I didn't really
What were you
have
doing?
enough time. Ah, just shit.
Well, Meg tweeted that she's been getting to spend a lot of time with you, which is
Yeah,
good.
that was the upside to it. Dealing with our shit.
Yeah.
I mean, not our shit, but like the shit that we were doing,
Dual toilet.
which brought us together.
Speaking of doing things together, since we were so jet lagged coming back from our trip that Esther and I went to the grocery store at 5:30 in the morning, which is absolutely the best time to do that.
Was there anyone there?
There was nobody there.
It's open at 5:30?
The one here close to the studio
Yeah.
is
Open 24 hours,
24 hours.
Is it really?
They are, but then you're very self-conscious if you go early in the morning, because I've done that sometimes too, because that's when they're stocking everything.
Yeah, you
and
have to
you're
navigate
like
it.
secondary as a customer.
Yeah.
You're in their way at that point. And you kind of accept that too.
Why is it that some stores like that close down certain aisles, but not the whole store?
Home Depot does that a lot.
Well, they'll just cordon off like screwdrivers.
I think sometimes they'll do that with things that are small and high value to prevent shoplifting. Like I know when we went to the grocery store here, that like the makeup aisle was closed off because I assume they don't want people palming
That's our chat.
makeup stuff.
We started that last week for the anniversary
Sorry,
podcast.
I just noticed we have chat up now.
Barbara's freaking out about the chat being
I wasn't
there.
here last week.
Yeah,
so.
we put it on last week because we wanted.
we kept it secret and off topic for ages.
It did distract us a little bit during the anniversary podcast, though. But Gus, what you're describing too is like I was telling you a little bit before the podcast. That's something that Gavin and I deal with because Gavin and I suffer from the same affliction, which is that our significant others sleep on the weekends. Like Ashley's number one activity is to sleep, especially now that she's pregnant. It's like
she must be loving
She
it.
could sleep till like 1. It's
And
not
no
a big deal.
judgment at all.
No, not at all. I'm like, please go back to sleep. Can I bring you any food? And
Man, I should be pregnant.
but it's crazy. Gavin,
Sounds awesome.
I feel like Gavin and I used to contact each other more on Saturday mornings.
Well,
Like,
I had lonely Saturdays.
yeah.
Because I feel like Meg, when she wakes up, she's very excited for the day to pass and go back to sleep. Whereas I'm lying in bed at night thinking, I cannot wait for it to be morning.
Me too.
I'm so bored of lying down. I want to get up and do the next day.
I'm at the point now where if I sleep past 10 o'clock on the weekends, I'm actually upset.
Really?
Because I feel like I wasted so much time.
Yeah.
No, my problem is I want to sleep till 1 because I have teenagers too. If I let them, they'll sleep till noon.
yeah, I
No
remember
fucking
that.
problem. My problem is all week long, I get up, I'm like drag my ass out of bed at 7:30 in the morning, 7 in the morning. Saturday morning, 7 o'clock, bing, wide awake. And I'm just like, I just want to go back to bed. It's like, nope, you're awake now.
Your body's in the rhythm of it.
Yeah. So
I
I
remember-
get up and I have like 5 hours to myself every day.
When I was a teenager
week.
and would Skype late at night with Gavin or whoever from the Rooster Teeth community.
Wait, you Skyped with other people?
I did. I'm sorry. But I would wake up at like 1 or 2 o'clock in the afternoon on the weekends. Because it's just like, you're a teenager. You got nothing to do.
Yeah.
So it's just sleep.
I remember once it was kind of late for me.
Kind of.
And I just had beer in my mouth. It was kind of late for me and really early for you. And one of your parents came in and was like, "Oh, were you up all night again?" And you were like, "No,
I woke up just now.
we've been talking
Went
for
on
like
to my-
4. We've been
in the
talking for like
same-
4 hours."
Yeah, in the same clothes as yesterday. My favorite story, I think we've talked about it on the podcast probably many times, but when you and I were Skyping and then Bernie took...
No, you were
Oh,
Skyping with Joel.
I was Skyping with Joel, you were Skyping with Bernie, and then you put your laptop
They were
in front of
laptops.
Joel.
And so I just took my laptop, just describe this. I put my keyboard over his keyboard where they're facing each other, and then just focused my lid so the camera was looking at Gavin's window. So suddenly Gavin was Skyping with Barbara. But you guys would Skype in weird ways. Like, you were Skyping with Joel while you just got ready to go somewhere.
Well, it's because I was chatting with him, and then I
But you were
had
like
to
cleaning
pack.
your room and
I had
stuff.
to pack.
Yeah. It almost looked like a live stream of Barbara's, packing.
What
and
if
she
we-
goes, no, it's just like we're just Skyping and she would talk to him over her shoulder and stuff like that. So when
wonder
she
what
came back
we-
and she's like, the fuck is going on? Because we could look over the top of the laptop and all of a sudden you're like, what? And you're looking, there's Gavin just working away at his desk.
You know when you have
in
those
the UK.
moments where you think, am I crazy?
Mhm.
Like, how did I not see this happening or how did I miss this? And I had that moment of, did I somehow pass out and Skype Gavin and have been talking to Gavin for a while? I don't.
Yeah,
'cause-
when did that happen?
Yeah. It was very strange.
So Gavin and I in this game time, we determined that there's categories for clips. There's stuff you want to show off. Like that tends to be a lot of shooter games. You show off something badass you did. There's glitches. We started off with a really funny one from Witcher that I couldn't even remember having recorded before.
I like that we both record the exact same stuff that when it happens. Yeah, mine was like, well, it was like 10% good stuff that I've done in games. It's pretty rare. Like 40% glitches and like 50% screwing with that.
So, yeah, or weird physics ragdoll.
Oh, yeah,
stuff.
ragdoll, yeah.
So I did, guys. Do we have that video that we can show? Yep. We do. Great. So I cut together. So what happened was on the Xbox you can hit a button and record the last 30 seconds. So when I first started playing Red Dead 2, my horse wrecked and I went flying, and Ashley laughed, and so I immediately recorded it. Then about 20 minutes later, I just did it again, and I thought, okay, I'll record that one too. And then I thought, I got too many of these things. But then I thought, okay, you know what I'm gonna do? I'm gonna record every single time I crash my horse in Red Dead.
It's like a
2.
highlight reel or
It's
a
like a
little light
highlight
reel.
reel. So this is like one of the things. We normally don't edit these for the clip show, but I edited together all my clips of me wrecking every single time in Red Dead 2.
That's it.
Awesome.
It seems like it is. These boys got a manner about them. But I haven't got out from under you, did it?
I never had trouble getting off the horse like you did.
Yeah, where I
Like
like
you get stuck, or like your boot would get stuck on the saddle or something.
that one where I flipped off backwards. That was actually one of the first ones I ever did. Was
You got tossed off the horse way more than like I crashed my horse and stuff a lot, but you just got thrown from it
Yeah.
randomly. Were you
Yeah.
just running too long? Is that
I
what
would
happens?
just what happens is I love hunting in games.
Oh, so your horse was spooked.
So I'd always be hunting down animals, like racing and like shooting at them, and then looking up and saying, "Oh shit!" and then flipping off my horse into something. Like the one where I like tumbled head over heels and the horse just ran away. That was, I guess, I went up a little bit of a steep incline, and the horse was like, "Fuck this," and took
I
off.
like the ones where you fell back onto the horse. Those are my
Yeah, you, like,
favorite.
went
I
up
don't know what that was.
I like the
'Cause
one.
he grabs the horse too, like a very specific animation.
Yeah,
He's
well,
like
that's the
holding
animation.
on.
Like you can jump off a roof onto your horse. It's like that animation, or off a train onto the horse.
Can you
But
really?
you did it from the horse, which I've never
From the
seen
horse
before.
onto the horse.
Yeah,
Yeah.
I really like the one where you just nose dive into a stump.
Oh, I love that one. Yeah, it's
All
like
the comments in the chat are just saying how.
that's over the course of like 2 months.
Yeah.
It was.
I fell off an equal amount of times.
If you
probably.
recorded every time you fell off your horse in Red Dead, you'd be surprised at how often it happens. There's a lot of them that didn't make the cut.
I see here in chat who is this CaliCat93 is asking if that's going to get posted on the Rooster Teeth YouTube. Or so
No.
what's the release for that?
So Game Time will be out on the Rooster Teeth website tomorrow, Ben?
I don't know if he's here.
Is Ben around? Okay. So it should be tomorrow. It's on the Rooster Teeth website, but it's not a first thing. It's just on the website for free. So go see it.
Nice.
And there's tons of stuff. One of my favorites is probably Fallout. Is an unexpected one for just amazing clips that come out of Fallout.
Any open world is great.
Anything where there's an open world and also where they do the cut scenes, but the world stays
Oh,
live
yeah.
around you, there's always just something can go wrong. Like someone just walks through the middle of your conversation or something. I'll have to, maybe I can pull the one up for The Witcher. But yeah, there was like attacking my Red Dead playstyle. How dare you?
I thought
How
you
dare
were great.
Hey, speaking of feeling attacked, so I saw something in the news.
What'd you see?
Did you?
See that Critical Role has a Kickstarter for an animated version of their show?
Yes.
No, I didn't see
They're
that.
asking for $750,000. How much money, Barbara, do you think that the Critical Role Kickstarter has raised? They've asked for $750,000.
$2.4 million.
$2.4 million because Laser Team raised 2.5,
Yeah.
right, and set a record. You would be wrong. The Critical Role Kickstarter has raised, with 10 days to go at this point,
Holy
$9.2 million.
Oh my God.
$9.2 million. That is incredible. Congratulations to them.
That's wow.
And if I may, I'd like to take a moment and say to our audience, which raised $2.5 million, the fuck is wrong with you? Aren't you embarrassed by this? What were you-
Can we launch a Kickstarter just to dethrone their Kickstarter? Like the only goal is
You
to raise
should
more
be
than Critical
ashamed
Role.
of yourself. $2.5 million.
Wow.
I hope next time you will really learn from this and raise $20 fucking billion. Congrats to them, man. That's going to be great. Critical
That's
Role
crazy.
has like this incredibly like dedicated audience. I'll be honest, I haven't ever listened to it ever. And I got to start now because clearly people
You got to
love
get
this
caught
thing.
up before the animated show comes out.
Yeah, dude, it's fucking crazy. Dude.
Did they have any
Crazy.
specifications on like how many episodes or where to be released or anything like that?
I haven't really read through a lot of it. I do love Kickstarter, crowdfunding stuff, but it's been a while since I've been involved with it. From what I understand, everyone's in the chat saying I'm poor. It's like, well, go for it.
Step it
Get a
up.
second job.
Kidding.
Go get some rich friends.
That's what the chat said.
Yeah, they're not telling the Critical Role dudes that they're poor. Come on, what's wrong with you people? Be ashamed of yourselves.
Yeah.
But they have run through like every possible stretch goal at this point, and I think
for sure.
I don't know. I need to look it up, but I think I heard that they've said like, stop, no more stretch goals. We're like,
Stop giving us money.
we'll just make it. No, I'm sure they're not saying that. You can
They're
always
probably just like, there's just no more incentive. But if you want to donate to the show, I'm sure you still can. But
Yeah.
they're probably just saying no more goals.
Well, to put it in perspective too, it's like Spider-Verse. From what I understand, they spent $90 million
Wow.
on that movie.
Over the course of how many years?
Oh gosh, I
That's
don't
like
know.
5 years?
It's still an
Couple
hour
years,
and a
yeah.
half movie.
Yeah.
2 hours.
2 hours? It's 2 hours. So that's the thing. It's like, sure, the people at Critical Role, they asked for $750,000. People always get stuck on this with crowdfunding. It's like that, oh, they only needed $750,000. But it is production. You can find a way
Right. You
to
can always
raise the production value.
It's the
improve
reason it's
something.
called a Kickstart.
And it's still only 1/10 of what the Spider-Verse movie.
I finally watched Into the Spider-Verse. I hadn't seen it. I watched it on a plane recently, which is probably the worst way possible to see that movie.
yeah.
I watched it. I thought it was so good, I immediately bought it on physical media. That way I could watch
It's on
it.
sale this week on
and,
Xbox.
and look even
Is
better.
it in 4K?
Yeah, there's a 4. I don't know if it's real 4K or not.
Look it up.
I mean, real 4K, but it looks great. Regardless, it looks much better than it did on that tiny little fucking airplane TV. That movie is really good. It deserves. I understand all the hype.
Yeah, for sure. Won an Oscar.
Yeah.
Did you finish all your Marvel movies?
I didn't like the frame rate.
God damn.
Thank God for that movie, dude.
Thank
Thank God for that movie. Did I watch? Yeah, I have now finished watching all of the Marvel movies, and I have gone back and I'm watching season 7, which is kind of like the first half of the season that's coming up for Game of Thrones. I have 1 episode left, the last episode of season 7. It's crazy. It's 7 episodes, I think, in season 7, and they're each an hour long, and it just fucking flies by.
Absolutely.
But it's crazy because a Marvel movie, everything happens in 2 hours. But over the course of 7 hours, they tell about the same amount of story in Game of Thrones, but it's still way more just engaging. I just don't know what it is. I would think
You
that
think Game of Thrones is more engaging than a Marvel movie?
Man, yeah, I don't know, man. I did watch all the Marvel movies back to back, and that took like 20 days.
Oh.
It's like 59 hours of
I
content.
think it's
or something?
56.
There's a lot of shit in there too.
There is a lot of shit. We were saying on the podcast last week, Gavin and I, that it's shocking to think like you realize who's in the MCU. That you forget certain people. And we were talking about like Robert Redford's in the MCU, and William Hurt.
Oh
and
yeah.
Sylvester Stallone is in the MCU. Edward Norton is in the MCU. You know, and it's weird. Mads Mikkelsen. Is that how you say his name? Mads Mikkelsen. Yeah. He's in the MCU. You know,
Who is he?
He's the villain in Doctor Strange.
Oh.
Is he?
Yeah.
Oh.
Well, what are you more excited about? I'm curious about this with you guys specifically, but the Game of Thrones premiere or Endgame?
Dude, I got 3 things for me. This isn't going to be relevant to probably anybody else, but Amazing Race is coming back, and Tyler and Corey are on this season.
Oh, shit.
Yeah, they did like a mashed up season with Big Brother and Survivor and Amazing Race. And the one team from our season that's on it is Tyler and Corey back. So I got to watch that now, too, to see how they
wow.
did. So I don't know, man.
I love Amazing Race.
Yeah, like, you excited?
Such a good show. Yeah.
I don't know. I don't necessarily like when they do people from other reality shows. I don't think being on a reality show is a good litmus test for being on a different
They
reality
should have
show.
people on from The Bachelor.
I think one of the people is Rupert from Survivor. Do you remember Rupert?
Oh, like the older guy?
Yeah, the bearded dude.
Yeah.
That's a long time ago.
Yeah.
Yeah.
That's
That was
like
like-
season 2?
Yeah, season 2 or 3. Yeah.
Very early on.
I think it was later than that, but it was early. It was like first decade stuff.
Can we make a poll about Endgame versus Game of Thrones finale? Or
I bet it'll be Endgame. I mean,
don't know
I'm
what it would
equally
be.
excited
Yeah.
about both, but
I think I'm more excited for
I've certainly put more time into Game of
Endgame.
Thrones.
The crazy thing is, Game of Thrones starts next week, but then Game of Thrones is over in like a month
May.
from now. Yeah,
Rupert was season 7.
season 7. Yeah.
There you go.
Oh, damn.
Yeah, I've been rewatching season 7 of Game of Thrones, trying to get ready. You know, like you talk about, and I really don't know which one. If I can classify one more than the other, maybe Game of Thrones.
Yeah.
Just because I feel like I guess it's been a long time coming for Avengers Endgame as well. Because if you think about it, it's the culmination of the MCU
Do you think
itself.
the ending of Avengers is going to be more predictable than the ending of Game of Thrones? Because that's where it gets me. Like, I feel like I could somewhat see where Endgame is going, but Game of Thrones, I have no fucking clue.
Yeah.
Really?
I have no idea.
Well, let me ask you this: do you think one of them has a higher potential to be a wild disappointment? Because that's always possible.
I think Game of Thrones
has more potential to be a wild disappointment.
I
Just
agree.
because it's hard to end a TV show, and
Yeah.
there's so many finales for TV shows. People are like, "Oh, that sucked. That was
Agreed.
terrible."
Also,
agree.
your favorite character is probably going to die. I
Yeah.
mean, statistically, with all the people that are left, who's your favorite character? Game of Thrones. Go. Don't even think about it.
Arya Stark.
Arya Stark is your favorite.
Barristan Selmy, he's already dead.
Okay.
I would have said Arya as well.
Mine's Jaime Lannister. I fucking love Jaime Lannister.
I just like Selmy because everyone talks about him in such high regard. I
do
feel like
we-
they should prequel just him.
I think he's in the prequel,
Yeah.
isn't he?
Is he?
They're doing a prequel.
I thought it was like a way prequel.
I think it is a way prequel.
Which
I think there's several spin-offs happening.
okay.
Give me the GOTCU.
Yes.
they're gonna
Got you.
got you.
Did you guys manage to get tickets for Endgame?
Yes,
You did.
and every fucking movie theater that I tried to get them from fought me for it took me like an hour and a half to get those.
Me and Trevor were splitting our efforts on 2 different websites trying to get tickets.
It's too much, Barbara.
Yeah.
It's too much.
I got some, but I'm not going to see it until a couple days after.
What about the
They're launching.
internet?
Yeah, it's going to be tough. Because the tickets went on sale when I was overseas.
Yeah.
So it's like I had a shitty internet connection.
Well, maybe if you weren't arguing with people on Twitter, you could have been buying
maybe
tickets.
I could have been buying tickets. Thanks, Gavin, for that.
I'm sure you could find
Appreciate
someone
that.
at the
But
office who bought a bunch of tickets that you could just get.
I'll just wait.
Okay.
I
wait a
don't think you
couple
should
days.
wait. I think you'll get it spoiled.
Yeah,
Eh.
I'll live. Won't be the end of the world.
Be the end of the game.
Who do you not want to die in Game of Thrones? I don't want Brienne of Tarth to die, and I also don't want Bronn to die.
I don't want Tyrion to die.
Really?
Oh, Tyrion, yeah.
I guess so.
Tyrion's good.
About that.
Who do I not want to die? I think I'd be okay with just about anybody going. I don't know if there's anybody I would be like, not them. Not
Arya?
that person. If it happens, it happens.
Do you think Daenerys is gonna die?
I don't know. She seems the least likely to me. She seems like
Too obvious?
If you're betting,
Yeah, I was about to
She's
ask,
like the
what's
odds.
what's the spread on
yeah,
that?
she's like
There's gotta be like.
she's even money. Jon Snow's pretty close to winning the whole thing.
I doubt Jon
basically.
Snow will die because he's already died.
I don't know.
I don't think he's gonna die.
Yeah.
Which dragon died?
Huge
spoilers, by the way.
Viserys?
Viserion?
No, that's like last season stuff. See, I'm on the last episode. There's so much stuff that hasn't happened in this season that I remember about this season. And this last episode is going to be so freaking jam-packed with stuff.
There was a big scuffle at the end of the last season in the snow that I don't remember who died. Like, did Thoros die?
I don't remember who died either. I'm looking forward to seeing it. The dudes with the flame swords?
Yeah.
That's such a cool thing.
Thoros and Beric Dondarrion have the flame swords, right?
Yeah,
I think only Thoros has the flame sword. I think Beric Dondarrion doesn't actually have a flame sword.
Well, he did in season
Oh, that's
3
right.
because he fought the Hound and got his shoulder cut off.
Yeah, that's right.
gotta give
And
credit
the Hound was like,
to the
'cause it's
MCU for one thing versus Game of Thrones. They do have some kind of, in the MCU, they do have some kind of high profile recastings. Probably the biggest one, but people don't really think about, is Bruce Banner getting recast. Mark Ruffalo from Edward Norton. Because technically, Iron Man starts the MCU and then The Incredible Hulk was right after that. I don't know why I never made this. Two connections I don't know why I never made watching the MCU again. One is that the William Hurt character that's in charge of the Sokovia Accords is General Ross from Incredible Hulk. And it's the like Hulk's arch nemesis in that whole series. But I don't know if they just never refer to him as Ross in it. They call him Secretary, Mr. Secretary. The other one is that there's this really weird villain in the Marvel Universe, comic universe, which is called, his name is Claw. And that's who Andy Serkis is. He's Claw.
Oh,
but
yeah.
it's such a radically different version of the character. I never made the connection.
Is he
oh,
also
because his arm got cut off by
Yeah, he has
Ultron.
a sonic arm in the
like
comics.
Ultron just hacked it off, didn't he?
Yeah.
So is Inspector Gadget also in the MCU?
They,
Just asking.
They recast a bunch of people in Game of Thrones too.
That was
Yeah.
to say, that's a credit for MCU. They did have some big recastings, that and Rhodey. But in Game of Thrones, they recast a bunch of people.
They
to where
recast-
if you watch the first season, you wouldn't recognize
Yeah, they
the
recast
show.
Beric Dondarrion when he gets sent off by
Yes.
Ned Stark. They
Yeah.
recast the Three-Eyed Raven.
Well, the first Beric Dondarrion's only on camera for like 15 seconds, right?
Yeah, but Ned Stark's like Beric Dondarrion, and he's just like a guy, and it's like weird. Why didn't they bring that guy back?
Mountain. They recast the Mountain, too.
It's like twice.
Yeah.
I'm
They
still not over the recasting of Carol and Friends from season 1 to season 2.
From the pilot.
Yeah. It's a completely different person.
They also
Seinfeld's
recast.
parents. They redid
Yeah.
them, too.
They recast.
Just the father, right?
I think so. Yeah,
Yeah.
just the father?
Yeah. They also cut Ilan Payne. Like Ilan Payne was not supposed to stop being in the show, but the actor
The
had become
executioner?
ill. I think he had cancer. He had to undergo cancer treatment.
He
I was saying
rough.
the executioner that
Oh,
kills
yeah,
Ned
yeah,
Stark
yeah.
early on.
So like they just kind of wrote him off.
And different to recasting, they also recast the same actor for two different roles.
Oh, yeah.
Tom and Baratheon was originally Martin Lannister in the
Yeah,
season 3 or 2 or something.
It's do you guys watch Umbrella Academy?
I did.
So the strong guy in that is Dickon Tarley.
Yes.
Yeah. And it's just so crazy to see him. And I think we'll see that a lot
What's
with Game
his
of Thrones. Yeah, no, they keep keep making him say his name over and over
Dick
again.
in Tarly.
I've seen a great like super cut of that.
Yeah. So are you Rickon? Like Braun does it all the time.
Yeah.
Guess what's your name again?
Oh, and
Rickon?
Dario
Dickon.
Naharis was recast.
Oh right.
Yeah.
Because I watched that recently, the original guy, Ed someone, every single one of his lines is ADR. And I'm wondering if he was just doing some weird accent and then had to like I don't know why. He has no live dialogue the entire show.
He did not come back because he wanted to do that Transporter movie instead. There was a conflict. So he did like a Transporter reboot.
Somebody snickered.
is that true?
Over here.
That is true.
I thought he was
They
fine.
were judging that career choice. Snickering.
Was it original Dario? No.
I think
He was in,
Endgame has a higher
Deadpool.
potential to be disappointing. Like, it's just because they have such a head of steam up, and Infinity War was so fucking good that
Here's the thing. I feel like a lot of the Marvel movies have been really fucking good.
yeah.
Like they know how to craft a story.
There's been some stinkers though.
Like Iron Man 2.
Yeah,
Iron Man 2 is kind of a stinker.
but they're still good movies. Like they're less than the other ones, I would
True.
say, but they're
Yeah.
still entertaining and they're still good movies. I think that they're putting all their efforts into this
I'm
last.
trying to think, like, what's the worst moment in Game of Thrones? Like, what's the Iron Man 2?
I don't
Game
like
of Thrones.
Daenerys in Marine.
The Thor Dark
It just
World.
kind of drags.
It's too long.
There's a lot of
Yeah, her
moments
sitting on the
in
bench.
Game of Thrones that kind of
She
drag.
she just goes
that
the
part?
wrong way.
There's a lot of moments in Game of Thrones that drag.
Yeah.
Like just in general.
I mean, especially like you're talking about Marine, like in the books, that's just like, oh my god, fucking leave Marine
this
already.
off that
pyramid.
bench in that fucking pyramid.
Unchain the dragons, get out of the pyramid, continue the story, please.
But they also do. I mean, the TV show does trim a lot of stuff. Like, there's a lot in the books. There's a lot more Iron Island stuff about Euron and like all of the infighting for there. It's like, oh my god, I don't give a fuck about
Yeah.
this.
you don't like the Iron Islands?
Well, by the time they get to that, it's already like book 4, I think. And you're like, I just want to get back to the other stuff that I'm reading that I've already been invested in.
I bet Theon will die. Wait, he's alive, right?
Theon's alive.
Okay.
At least I
For
think
now.
he is. He is through the 6th episode of season 7. That's it. I've been watching just to make sure I'm up to date on who's alive and who's dead.
I looked up this website's taking bets, and they have their odds spread on who will rule Westeros at the end of season 8 of Game of Thrones. Theon is one of the longest shots, so he is probably still alive.
Is that how it ends? Somebody sitting down in the Iron Throne and they're like, "I got it." I win.
mean, there's got to be a winner, right?
I want it to be Hodor with blue eyes.
Jeez, don't even say it, dude. I don't want to see Hodor again.
He's coming back.
I tell you who else I don't want to see. I went back and watched an episode from season 5. I don't want to see the wildling lady from Hardhome. She was she was in one fucking episode, and she's one of my favorite characters in all of Game of Thrones.
And you don't want to see her again?
No, because she's dead, and so I don't want her coming back as a zombie. I couldn't live with that.
I feel like they're bringing her back.
I think
she
so
had
too.
so much screen time in that episode.
Yeah, but she was a payoff at the end when the Night
Yeah.
King raised everybody back up. That's a fucking creepy scene. Just go back and watch that last like 20 minutes of that episode, and that's all that battle at Hardhome.
If I remember right, like at the very end, there's no music or anything, right? Just like eerily silent.
Yeah, with that that
you hear the
wind.
water?
Yeah, the water. Yeah.
Yeah.
Yeah, man.
They do a lot of good stuff with the ending, like right before the credits. You remember when I was at your house and we watched Jaime Lannister's hand get cut off and then it ends on some rock song? And we were just like, huh?
That's how it's going to end.
Wasn't that also one where they thanked
on a
the
rock
bear
song.
in the credits?
They did, yeah.
There was like the first thing that says thanks to Bart the bear or something like
Because
that.
I think the rock song was like, I think it was a rock version of The Bear in the Maiden Fair.
Yeah.
If I remember right. It's been a few years.
How many episodes are there in the last chunk of the
6.
season? 6?
6.
Out of 6, how many of those will be full nudity?
I don't know. This is we always say Game of Thrones. You either get nudity or somebody gets stabbed.
Or
think-
I think finale both.
They're gonna
for the final
pack it
season.
all in. Yeah, every
Yeah.
episode is gonna have both.
Best. It's the best.
Someone getting stabbed while nude.
Oh no, I don't want this. I was about to say I want someone's boob to get cut off,
Here's the trend I want to continue.
but I really don't.
Sick. It was just like through Marine and everything. It was this long build up with these little fucking dragons. They're puppies, basically. You know, when the show first starts, they're just born. This build up of like, oh, they're going to kill a sheep or something in Marine, and then there's this insinuation they might have killed a child or whatever, and it's like, all right,
It's pretty clear they killed a
It's been
child.
5 or 6 years, but you don't get to see the kid get.
Well, you
get
see the
chomped.
skeleton.
Yeah, but I mean, it's implied. You don't get to see the dragon in action, is what I'm saying.
Oh.
Then in season 7, it's like fucking dragons, dude. They come in, like just that one
they-
scene.
They killed Dickon.
They killed Dickon, yeah, and his dad.
was
We're
his
really
name?
spoiling this for anybody who hasn't seen it. Sorry, you should watch the show. Although you'll never
It's been
remember.
a few years.
You
Yeah.
will not remember any of the names of these characters we're talking about, and also everybody in this show dies.
Oh, I've seen all the seasons and all the episodes of Game of Thrones. I still don't even remember the characters'
Do you remember
names.
that primer sheet that we had from like season 1 or season 2?
Yeah, I
which
think
is
I
all their
recognize like
pictures.
10 of them.
Okay,
And
who
it's
was the commander of the Night's Watch? Original one.
Night's Watch?
Jerry.
I remember.
Close.
Mormont.
Yeah.
It was
Yeah.
Geo or Mormont.
Yeah.
Jerry was very close.
But they had like Spooky Night, Gay Night, like or Gay King. Like they didn't have any of their names on the primer sheet. It was just
One-eyed
like all
lady.
their,
Oh, I
like,
remember that
their
primer
short,
sheet, yeah.
They're all their short descriptions, right?
Yep. That's how you do it. That's how I remember all the characters.
Like it was Cersei and Jaime and
Daenerys.
and Tyrion were short evil, pretty evil, and sister fucker.
Someone should do a hard cut from like the first 5 seconds that you see a character, and then you hard cut to the last 5 seconds you see him.
Yeah.
Like with Geo Mormont, it'd be like, yeah, I'm Commander of the Night's Watch. And then the last time you see him is that guy's drinking out of his skull.
Oh, yeah.
Just dark stuff like that.
Well, the weird one would be like Bran. Bran's like 4 when they started the show, and now he's John Oliver.
I was thinking about that. I was rewatching an episode of season 7 yesterday where he's getting dragged around in that sled. It was like, do you think he enjoys that? Like he shows up to set and he just gets to lay down
I
the
don't know,
entire
man.
time. It's like, all
mean,
right, get in your sled.
I would think it limits your acting somewhat because so much of acting is also like your physical body movements and whatnot. That it's like you're kind of limited. Just
But he's not like, oh, I got to stand around on set all day. Like, nope, it's gonna sit down.
yeah.
I don't know why when they recast the tree, the three-eyed raven, it starts off as an old guy with long hair and a big long white beard, and then they just cut to a guy who looks completely different. Like he's got a different haircut and everything.
Yeah, who was it at the end? What's
That
it?
guy
It
from
was
Star Wars.
Christopher.
Columbus.
Was it? I'll look it up.
Max.
No, Max von Sydow. Was that who it was? It was Max von Sydow. You're right. You're
Yeah.
right.
I don't know who that is.
He's
You
very
know him,
famous.
Tom.
Is he German?
That sounds like a very
like,
German
is his
name.
accent
Sounds
German?
like Swiss to me.
Here, while you look that up, let me read this thing. I want to remind everyone this episode of the Rooster Teeth podcast is brought to you by.
I had a dream.
Max von Sydow. It
Max
is
von
correct.
Sydow.
He is the three-eyed raven. You probably best know him. He played Ming the Merciless in the Flash Gordon movie from the
okay.
80s.
Mingin. I think he was in Minority Report as well.
You had a dream?
That all boys.
He's the
and
guy who
girls.
makes the triplets or whatever they are, the twins.
Yeah.
And
And the other one?
the beginning of the Star Wars film. I had a dream that I was doing a presentation in a big conference room for a product that when I woke up, I thought it was quite a good idea. You know how there's updrafts
Can you give it away?
on skyscrapers? Yeah, I'm not going to make
I don't
this.
think he's gonna do.
By the way,
And this also might
so are you
exist.
starting like the most specific product you could imagine?
Yeah.
You know updrafts, Gus?
Well, like
On skyscrapers.
skyscrapers, the wind goes up the side of them. So I was presenting this sort of like cowl thing with a fan, like a wind turbine for updrafts.
It's a windmill.
That go all the way around a skyscraper. Is that real? To like power your building
Which
with
seems like put a
updrafts?
windmill on the side
Is
of
it
your
enough
building.
wind? I mean,
right.
how big could these things possibly be?
Well, on my clipboard, it was like this big. And
I don't think that's enough to generate enough power to do anything. Like the windmills they
not.
put out in fields are fucking
They're huge.
massive.
I've seen a windmill.
Have you driven through West Texas and seen like where they have those giant wind farms?
No, have you done that?
Yeah.
Gonna get cancer.
The sound.
Can you hear that? You were out of town.
How did you miss that?
Trump said that windmills cause cancer.
I missed that. I
the
missed that
sound of
totally.
windmills.
Sound of
cause
windmills.
cancer.
The sound causes cancer.
If you hear a windmill too much,
Listen, let me tell you, being overseas was great because I realized the rest of the world does not give a fuck about us.
Really?
Like I would.
I'm actually glad to hear that.
I would flip through the TV. You know, and I'd be like tired at the end of a day. I'd like turn on the news or whatever, and be like, yeah, sure, the U.S. was on there briefly, but it's like you hear a lot more like very region specific stuff. It's like, yeah, the U.S. they got this stupid thing going on. Anyway, here's what's going on here. So it was really refreshing and like not be beaten down constantly by this barrage of non-news,
Yeah.
I guess.
Yeah.
honestly, Trump has been against wind farms for ages. I saw a clip of him in Scotland because he's got golf courses.
Right, yeah.
How could you
Got
be
golf courses in
against
Scotland.
a method of
He just
energy?
hates them. He's like, you know, if we don't want them all around our golf courses, blah blah. And Scotland was just like, who is this guy? No,
Yeah. Oh my god.
get out.
So
I think I think with a lot of people, clean energy represents government regulation, and like the EPA, it just became this kind of trigger for a lot of people who are just like, when they hear about the EPA, it's just something that's going to cost them a lot of money. So honestly, like in America, we have the Americans with Disabilities Act, and you end up having to like, when you buy a new building, you got to update it, put ramps in and things like that. And it's kind of thing costs a lot of money, but you suck it up because you want to help people who are disabled and need access.
Inclusivity.
I don't think people have that same feeling about like the environment and nature. You know, it's like, fuck this, the EPA is making us do this. We can't use this chemical or something like that. Just make our products more expensive.
Well, because everyone
I think that's where that comes from.
Everyone assumes like, oh, well, I'm only going to be on this earth for X amount of more years, so it's not going to affect me. So who cares?
Yeah. Have you ever seen the rolling coal stuff?
Yeah,
It's
that's so stupid.
And it's just like the reaction to it. I try to figure out like what's the motivation that people come to when they what's causing them to get there. But like there's guys, when fuel efficiency became a thing, or clean energy or electric cars, they just took their pickups and basically made it so they burned as much oil as possible, so they can like basically hit a switch in their car, rev their engine, and just like pour smoke onto somebody else. And they call it rolling coal. And they'll like go buy electric cars and just dump a bunch of fucking exhaust and smoke on them. And and then the comments be like, "Fuck yeah!" It's like I just don't get it, you know?
Fuck
It's like if somebody's
us.
picking up litter and you're like, and throwing shit on the ground next to him, you're like, "Fuck you!" That'll learn you.
It's like the electric car's not using gas. That means there's more gas for you. That's the thing I don't get. It's like, so gas will be cheaper for you?
Or they work in if they come from a coal town, I kind of get that, you know. And
But coal power plants still power the grid that give energy to the electric car.
Did you see that we've reached a tipping point now where renewable energy is now cheaper going forward, and immediate benefit to consumers, it is now cheaper than coal. That's
Really?
a
But
huge
way
tipping
more
point.
cancer.
Because of the noise. Yeah, we just got
And that's why like enriched uranium doesn't cause cancer, because it's completely silent.
that's
It's fine. You can stand right next to
And
it.
that's why they call it the silent killer.
Yeah.
When you have dreams like that, how do you remember those things in detail? Do you write them down, or do you like record your voice talking about it, or you just have that good of a memory?
That one, like, I don't remember the details of what I was saying. I just remember the visual thing, because that hasn't changed. That doesn't really, I guess an image doesn't disappear, but like everything around it does.
'Cause, like,
but I
I
still remember the shape of that thing.
I couldn't tell you a single dream that I've had.
I feel like I remember all of mine really well.
I remember them the second I wake up, and then they're gone.
I had a dream a couple of weeks ago where I was putting my dogs to bed. You know, I've got two dogs. And when I
Tucking them in?
was putting them to bed, I realized I had two Benjamins. And I was like, I was looking at them like, one of these is an imposter Benjamin.
You got $200? Which one do I shoot?
So I had to figure out a way to tell which the imposter Benjamin was and which the real Benjamin was.
How do you
Like,
do it?
doing tricks?
But the real Benjamin knows the name of his toys. So I asked them to go get a specific
Oh, like,
toy.
get your
And
steak.
the real Benjamin went and got it, and the imposter Benjamin did not know.
I remember that. The one time that I hung out with you and Esther at your place, this was years ago. I think it was Esther who was like, "You want to see a trick?" And I was like, "Yeah, sure." And she goes, "Benjamin, go get your steak." And he just like trots over to his little bin, like sifts through them all and like takes out his little toy steak and bring it over. And then she's like, "Now go get your burger
Boo-bone or whatever. Yeah, he's got
And
a bunch of them.
I was so impressed.
You know-
how did you teach him that?
He wanted to. It sounds crazy. He wanted to learn. He wanted to know what his toys were.
What do you mean?
What?
What are you on
I
about?
could tell. I could tell with him. He wanted to know specifically, like because
Like this was the steak sitting on the floor. He was looking at it and then back up to
I think
you.
with his favorite. Like I think he wants to differentiate which one his favorite is versus the
Why
other
doesn't
one,
he just walk up to it and get it?
and then he goes from there. Because I think he wants.
He wanted to.
Well, he
learn.
wants you to ask him for something specific. That way, he has something to do. Trust me.
You're just making shit
No,
up.
trust me. I know that dog. I know that
It is
dog.
amazing the shit that you will admit out loud on a broadcast podcast.
Speaking of shit, I'll admit I've got an embarrassing story from my trip.
Really?
I got an incredibly embarrassing story.
Yes.
I shit in a bed.
You did not.
I shit
Welcome to the club.
for the first time in my life.
That's not
Welcome
something
to
to
the club.
applaud, dude. That's a cry for help.
don't know
Everyone's
why.
applauding.
But we shouldn't
applauding.
shame that kind of behavior. It happens.
I got food poisoning.
Of course,
in
you and Esther
Singapore.
get
I don't know what
food
that is.
poisoning more often than
And,
anybody.
I think it's made up.
I
food poisoning
got
all the time.
incredibly sick and diarrhea to my bed.
Was it while you were asleep?
Yeah, while I was asleep.
So you woke
I
up.
woke up to a dirty bed.
Was it
It wasn't a lot. It was a little bit.
Did you wake up as it was happening or after it had
It
happened?
had already happened.
Oh.
It was long gone.
God.
So it was a hotel bed?
Yeah.
How do you deal with that?
Tip the housekeeping.
You just leave 100 on, like 1,000
I'm
yen?
thinking
Did you take the
talking.
sheets off and like bundle it up? In
Are we talking like a streak? Or are we talking?
No, it wasn't a ton. It was like if I had it's what I imagine
Could I step over it?
less than that.
Less than a moon ball.
Yeah, it was like a shart.
So like a pellet.
Like a quick. Well, it was food poisoning, so it was very liquid.
Oh, so like a liquid.
There's a
pellet.
window of age above a certain age and below a certain age when you shouldn't be shitting on yourself. And I would say you're very strongly in the middle of that window. You should not be doing that.
I know. It wasn't on purpose.
I'm honestly surprised, being a grown-up, I've been told, that I vomit just as much as I did when I was a kid.
I haven't vomited in like 15 years, probably.
It's been years for me
I've seen
too.
you vomit in like, what, 2012?
What was that?
From the tacos.
You ate a lot of food.
Oh, I made myself throw up, though.
I mean,
That still counts.
That's still
Does
throwing
it?
up. Yeah.
Yeah.
That's
Because I
still
just
you
had too much
throwing-
food.
Yeah, but that's still you throwing up.
Yeah, can I? Okay, that counts? Okay, I do that all the time. No, just kidding.
If I was like, I haven't shat in 15 years. Oh, but I got food poisoning, and so it made me shit. Like, it's still.
But I physically made myself throw up. Like, I made myself throw up.
are you
You're still
sure?
throwing up.
I don't
Did you?
think that- I don't think
you
that
did.
I just put my finger in my mouth.
I've
I
never done
ate
that. I can't do that.
16 tacos. 16 or 15?
I honestly, because I've seen you do impressive stuff. Like, you've done very good stuff career-wise. I'm really probably mostly impressed by what you did that day.
I've always said I could just eat. Like, I don't ever not get hungry. I just stop eating. And they made a challenge. Could you, if you eat, the record was 14 tacos. If you eat 15, you break the record. And I just immediately said, okay, I'm going to try this. I've always wanted to win an eating challenge, and I ate 15 tacos.
You didn't go there with that intention. We just went to hang out.
Nope. The evening turned.
Those are some fun trips. I don't know why we were there.
I don't know either. We were in Seattle for some reason. I think we were
Probably
there
for Halo.
probably working on something for Halo.
Probably working on Halo 4.
I know Mariel vomited last week.
Oh God.
Did she?
Oh, yeah. I did not.
I was on set when Off Topic was happening with the Always Open crew. I've got to say, I am so proud of you guys.
Thank you.
It was an absolute.
Don't groan in there. We did a great job.
Mariel
light
is a
you broke?
champion.
She's a champ. Oh, I was one of these lights over here. That this I think it was this exact moon ball.
Why do you have it?
You gave it to me.
I'll take it.
Take it back.
It's mine. Oh, really?
Oh.
She just
My
like
butt- no,
slammed it on the ground, but it went straight up and broke one of the lights.
Yeah, yeah.
Like literally
within
the
10
opening shot.
seconds.
The trick is breaking 2 lights with 1 throw.
Stop.
Yeah, I should have done that.
Nope.
No, but it was we wanted to go to the extreme and like really embody all of what Achievement Hunter does on Off Topic.
Yeah, and I feel like we took your show quite seriously, and you
You
took
guys
our
did-
show equally seriously.
Yeah, you guys did a
went
great job.
full out.
Both
Full out,
episodes
all
are
out.
up now.
Achievement Hunter showed up in suits and ties, some of
Yeah.
them, yeah.
Yeah, Jeremy
time.
showed up as Guy Fieri from. I loved it.
I think he said that was his only button up.
Are you serious?
And
Yeah.
always
That
open,
can't
you
be true.
guys showed up to Off Topic just shit-faced.
Just well, yeah, we
Just
we
a
made
shit
the
show.
mistake of saying like, okay, we know we're gonna go into this and we're gonna get drunk. Like we kind of planned for it. Like we're gonna drink more than we usually do because like me and Meryl don't really drink anymore.
Mm-hmm.
Like we have maybe a drink on Always Open, but I usually don't even finish that one. But we went into it kind of little too hard, too fast. And we got drunk, I think, within the first 25 minutes.
wow.
And then we still had another hour and a half.
Yeah,
after
I was
that.
filming Haunted, so I was just like tuning in between takes. I was like, okay, this started. And probably half an hour later, I was like,
Whoa.
yeah, pretty Larry. An hour later, I was like, oh my God. I've literally been watching for a minute, and Mariel's told everyone to shut up for the entire minute. And I was
Yeah. My favorite shot of the whole Off Topic, and you might have to watch this back. I don't know if you saw the ending of it.
I didn't see the very end.
But at the end of the show, what they do is they have a camera above that films the table with where the logo is, and they roll the credits on there.
Oh, is that what we do? I
And
thought it was the screen.
I think it changed recently. And like Meryl didn't want to end the show because she was just like so drunk and she wanted to keep going. And so me and Emily, the girl who works on uploading Achievement Hunter's videos, we ended it. And as we're going like good night and it rolls to credits, we just hear Meryl yell, "No!" And it like fades out, and then it cuts to that graphic on the table, and you just see hands come in, move away all the shot glasses, and then Meryl tries to dive onto the table, but her glasses come off. And so you just see the glasses fly across the table and then hair. And that was it.
Oh my God.
Oh, man.
It was amazing. It was amazing. But yeah, you guys did such a good job on our show too. You're so classy. And
You have a fun show.
Yeah, you guys.
They're
did a
all
good job.
fun. I like doing all these.
Yeah, it's a nice change of pace. We should make it a yearly tradition.
Yeah.
I also think we should just have a mixer, maybe an off topic where we just have you guys on and us on.
Yeah, for sure. Why?
It look like fun.
Crossover.
People latched on to Cody's aggressive unfolding of the ladder. Did you see that?
Yeah.
Kevin just like with authority, just like wham, puts it down.
Well, I like that we had already established you as the ladder guy, Cody. So even before that, he'll be like, "Oh, Cody, he's got the ladders."
What they didn't see was him basically burning a hole through my soul with his
I believe it.
eyes
I believe
as
it.
he climbed the ladder to fix the light that I broke.
Did it smash?
I think I don't know what
Is
it
it still
did.
broken? Oh, cable
Cable
unplugged.
unplugged.
Oh, okay.
That's the best kind of breaking.
But lights are great when they break. Not that we're gonna do it, Cody, but it's like she throws the thing, and all of a sudden it's like part of the set goes dark, and you're like, oh, that's bad.
Yeah.
Yeah, it's instant not gratification, but like
get the
knowledge.
payoff.
Yeah,
Yeah,
you know
for
something's
sure.
happened.
And then Meryl brought a sword,
No, really?
which was probably the worst idea because I don't know if it was like a legit sword or one that's just meant for decoration, but
What's really the difference?
what's the handle called?
How
on
sharp it is?
A hilt?
the hilt? It was like, all right, let me back up a little bit. So she gave Chris the sword, and we found some fruit, and we wanted to do Fruit Ninja, so we were throwing the fruit at Chris, and he was slicing the fruit, and I was standing directly in Chris's line of motion. And after he did it a couple times, I noticed the sword was bending a little bit, like coming loose from the hilt.
Yeah.
And I'm glad they took it away because if we had done it maybe one or two times, it might have just skewered me in the face.
There's a video online where a guy, for some reason, has like a mannequin in his kitchen. And he's got a samurai, like a katana, which, as far as I know, a katana is one solid piece of metal all the way down through the handle.
I believe so.
But this was not. I think this was like a flea market.
Probably would have been a
katana.
safer version.
And he's like, got this mannequin. He's gonna like behead it, and it's just the greatest thing because you're like, first of all, what are you doing this for, dipshit? He takes a big swing, and it's an internet video, so you think, shit, he's gonna fucking cut his arm off or something. He just takes a big swing, and right before it hits the mannequin's head, the blade completely flies out of the handle. You can't see it, but it hits something. And then he goes like this, and then the dishwasher comes down like into view, like the door to the dishwasher. He went right through it, and he's
Man.
like pierced his dishwasher.
God.
So, oops, that sucks.
Damn.
Do that outside next time.
I like that we
Or
did
don't do
a
it.
whole immersion based on Fruit Ninja, where for safety reasons we had to use wooden swords, and then you're just doing it on a
Yeah.
podcast with real
Oh,
swords.
here it is. This is after.
unsafe.
We did a pair first, and he
Barbara,
actually
it's so dangerous.
He sliced it perfectly in half when
what
he
if
did the
it
pair.
flew out? That,
Oh, that's such
I
a
can't
bad
believe
idea.
what I'm seeing.
I know.
You'll
Think
sit
of
in
how much of
front
your
it.
life depends on Chris being able to grip that thing.
Yeah, apparently Trevor was watching the show during this, and apparently he like came to Eric and was like, "Hey, let's please take that sword away," because he was just worried for my well-being, and I appreciate it.
Yeah.
Because I didn't even notice. I wasn't even thinking like, "Oh, I'm in Chris's direct."
Right.
Right. He lets go of that sword. He doesn't even need to come off, break off. Look at that. Barb's like, I think that's bending.
Good enough.
Look at that face.
Yeah.
Look at her face.
But
Look at her
I didn't even care
concern.
because I made him do it again.
And he's swinging real hard. He's going.
Lindsay's
ham.
like standing behind Chris, like, fuck this. I
Yeah,
got kids.
she knows. That's the achievement hunter knowledge is like whenever there's weapons being used, they stand behind them.
It's good form there by Chris.
Yeah.
I can't think of a worse combination than sharp objects and Chris's athleticism.
Yeah.
That's like a bad combination.
Yeah.
And
like a-
alcohol.
Recipe for disaster.
Yeah.
Here.
So can I ask you a question real quick before you go? So Hunter, did you go to Philly? Like some people went to the Philly airport. Did you go to the Philly airport? Mm-hmm. I don't think you were here when I talked about it. Did you fly American?
Yep.
The Philadelphia airport is fucking amazing. Did you get to see all the gates with all the little iPads and everything and all the kiosks at every single gate? Did you not notice that?
I'll be honest with you. I don't remember being there.
Really? They have every...
An airport's an airport.
I think it was on the live podcast. Barb
Yeah,
was
it
the
was
only
the
person
live
there.
podcast. Yeah.
Yeah, I had just come through the Philly airport, and all the gates... Gus, this is like heaven for you. All the gates have iPads where you can just order food.
Okay, let me tell you something.
All the tables? Okay.
I raved about this at the Newark airport about 3 years ago, and you shat all over me about
Well, how
how
did I-
stupid it sounded.
About having iPads to
about
order
having
stuff?
iPads to order food and about how convenient it was and how much easier it was in dealing with someone. And you said it sounded stupid.
What was the airport?
You just totally dumped all over my excitement when I talked about this a few
I'm sure
years
there
ago.
won't be someone who
and
edits
here
together.
you are talking about how awesome it is.
They even have
You just
little,
hadn't seen it. You just didn't understand it.
little. I know I was probably making fun of you for being antisocial. That's why I said. I even prefaced it by saying you would love this.
Yeah, I loved it. I told you I did.
They even have it every gate. They've got like a mini convenience store, but you just check out yourself.
That's exactly what I said.
What was the airport we were in where it had iPads? And we were trying to give you food poisoning.
Oh, yeah, I was trying to get food poisoning.
We ordered like $70 worth of airport sushi to try and give you food poisoning, and it didn't work. And you just had delicious sushi, and I was watching. I was like, why am I filming this?
And didn't you run into somebody and I had to explain to them I couldn't talk because I had to eat 70 pieces of sushi?
Oh, God.
Forget what
I feel like that person would have understood.
And they were just like, I'll leave y'all to
I
it.
remember it being in an airport where it was like, you probably shouldn't order sushi so
Right.
far from the ocean.
We thought it's very far from the ocean. It's in an airport. It's sushi. That if I'm going to get
gotta
food
be bad.
poisoning from
You have
anything,
an
it'll be
iron
that.
stomach, man.
Yep. Never gotten food poisoning.
Yep.
That's so bizarre to me. I get food poisoning a lot.
You
like
do.
said. Yeah,
I think you and Esther get it more than anyone I know.
I do.
I'm
I
like
gotta be
once,
careful.
once every couple of years, I'll get it.
I
There
think
was
I've
one
gotten it once
time-
at all.
I ate scallops, sushi, raw scallops. They tasted a little weird. And then later
valid.
that day, I had kind of a gross burp. That's like the closest I've ever come
How did you survive?
to whatever anyone's calling food poisoning. When people say it, I don't even know what it is. I literally don't know.
For me, if I was to describe it, if it was like, if I relax my anus,
Ugh.
water will come out. That was my food poisoning.
Really?
Like, if I'm not
sometimes-
clenching my asshole closed, water will come out of it.
This is like when I
Sometimes
had
if you're
to.
asleep.
Or if you're asleep,
This
especially.
sounds like when I had to do the cleanse for the colonoscopy I had. Where have you guys had a colonoscopy before?
I have not.
Okay.
No.
I'm
How
going
is
for
it?
one in a couple months.
It's not that bad. The prep is the worst part. So it did this thing where you would drink this fluid and then within like half an hour it would start to work, which means you'd have to go to the bathroom. But after a couple hours of it, it was literally like I was pissing out my ass. like you'd be like, oh, I have to shit now, but you would go to the bathroom and it would just be piss.
That was me in Singapore.
Really?
Yep. You should have some of that.
I'll give it a shot. Why not? Clean everything out. Get rid of it all.
Hey, let me. Speaking of which, let me read this thing over here. I want to remind everyone this episode of the Received Podcast is brought to you by. So we forgot about something.
Oh yeah.
You were the other day, Gavin, talking about how you wanted to have a full English breakfast.
Yeah.
So I tasked Eric with preparing.
He was immediately
English breakfast for
negative
you.
about his own ability to get hold of
I
one.
think he was most concerned about the beans.
Yeah, I don't get the beans part either.
I'm with you. It's gross.
Ba ba da ba 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 da.
So
Oh, nice.
I stopped singing mid-song.
Okay.
Oh my
Lovely.
god.
This is
Do we have that
potentially-
top
this
down
is
camera?
microwaved.
They even look like British eggs.
These beans look a bit.
I like how we
he's
waited.
worried about the beans.
What do you call beans that are like halfway to refried?
English breakfast.
Baked?
beans.
You
Just
are
fried.
a liar.
Come on.
This is-
Are they not baked beans?
well, I mean, they are baked beans, but
They're pinto beans.
That looks so good. Yes.
cold
I don't know what took us so long. We were supposed to lead the show with it.
I hope that's exactly what you were going
not
for,
like
was
cold
that
beans?
We've been
reaction.
sitting over there for a little while.
No, you don't need cold beans, man. It's maybe hot.
Show the face.
Did you ever go to that English cafe down south? You and Ellie were going to go.
That's
Yeah, it
what
was
that
called
is.
full English.
Oh, it is from there?
Yep.
you
we
must have
can
bacon.
heat it up for you if you'd like.
Oh yeah, let's get it in the microwave.
I would like some cold beans.
I went there with I went there with Becca once.
Great.
They're cold.
Give me
They're room temperature.
give me bacon.
Give you bacon. This even got the
It's
tomatoes.
heavy.
I've never
It's
understood
so
the
heavy.
tomato.
I don't understand, like, Europeans are always getting on...
Gene's there if you want to get it heated up.
okay.
Oh come on! Oh come on! There's half the bacon there.
You'll still have a whole slice.
There you go.
Thank you, Jane.
It's so good.
So I
a full English breakfast is so
I
good.
think the reason. Well, one of the things that it also made me think about was you just recently got your green card.
You did.
Yep.
Gavin, I'm so proud of you.
Are you proud to be an American?
Do you remember
Not American.
American?
do you remember how was it 3 years ago when I got my green card?
Was it that long ago?
It was 2016, August
And I'd already
2016.
started trying to get mine at that point.
And you were so disappointed. So I actually wanted you to have the same experience that I had.
I
So
don't think I was disappointed.
we have a little American flag.
Oh,
And if you would do the honor of standing up and presenting the American flag behind you, we
like
have a
this,
little
like hold it up behind it.
behind
okay.
you.
I don't think you're meant to do this with an American
Can I make
flag,
an
but
eagle
sure.
noise?
You can. It's what I did.
Welcome to freedom, Gavin.
You did it.
Oh, look at this.
Which way around?
Behind you.
Behind you,
Behind-
like a backdrop.
There you
go.
There you go.
Yeah.
You did it.
You did it.
I'm going to give this to
Congratulations.
someone so I don't put it down in an offensive manner. I once knocked a flag off the shelf behind me in Play Pals, and it was
I'm sorry to everyone watching this.
considered an act of terror.
Yeah, people get really upset
in the
about the
comments.
handling of the flag.
I'm sorry. I'm sorry to everyone watching this.
This is a very Canadian handling.
I don't know how to
Lots
do
of
it.
apologies.
I think now you have to burn it because it went on the floor.
There's
It wasn't on the floor.
there's a whole set of
There is
Oh, it's
something
actually a
back there.
bench.
There is a
There
bench
is,
back
yeah.
there for the flag.
there's a whole set of procedures on what to do with the flag.
Yeah.
And everyone knows the don't touch the ground one, and that's about it. Like that,
Right.
everybody learned one. It's like everybody knows one or two of the 10 commandments and doesn't know the rest of them, but they talk about the 10 commandments as though they're really important. Same thing with the flag, rules for handling the flag. If you knew all the rules for handling the flag, you would realize how often you break all of those fucking rules.
Yeah.
Mm-hmm.
Like the big one is if you have anything that's apparel based that has the flag on it, that's against the rules.
Right.
You're not supposed to wear the flag.
Right. In any way. Yeah.
Is that considered wearing it just now? You put it behind you.
No, no,
I think I have some swim shorts that have the American
I think you
flag on
do.
them. I think Michael gave me them.
Was that the flag code? Is that what they call it?
You can call the flag good.
Sounds about right.
Who
I
was-
learned how to fold a flag in the Boy Scouts.
Who was the first person you told when you got your green card?
Meg.
How do you
Oh,
get
yeah?
it? Do you
What
get
about your parents?
Do you get a phone call or does it like show up in the mail?
I got an email and then I went to the mailbox and there it was. And it didn't have to sign for it or anything. It's just in the mail.
Yep. I didn't
I'm
even
so
receive an
excited
email.
though because I've always found it really hard to make permanent decisions here because my visa after the original run has just been year to year. So it's like, hope they accept it.
Yeah. It's hard to really lay down any sort of
Yeah.
permanency.
And it's still a green card. I thought they'd changed it, but it's green.
Yep. It is
It's
great.
funny.
Don't forget to travel with it.
Well, I mean, technically, I can never be without it.
Really?
Yeah.
Do you have it right now? It's in your wallet. Okay.
Yeah, because if for whatever reason you don't have it on you when they ask for it, that's a violation of the green card.
Shit, I don't have it on me right now.
Except on the shoulder. Someone is Pilot Ben 97 in chat said, yes, you can't wear it except on the shoulder.
Gotcha.
And it's even weird the way it has to be presented on the shoulder. Have you ever seen it on someone's uniform or on their shoulder specifically, and it looks backwards?
Right.
Like, especially if it's on their right shoulder, it's like the stars are on one side and the stripes are on the other side. But it's normally, when you look at the picture of the flag, the stars and the star field is up in the top left-hand corner and the stripes run this way. But if it's on your right shoulder, the stars are up on the top right-hand corner as opposed to that. Yeah,
Is it?
exactly like that. So
Oh,
it looks
gotcha.
backwards, right?
Why is that?
It's because it's when you wear it, it's supposed to be like going into battle with it. Like if you imagine a pole attached to it, it goes forward.
And the
Depending on what
flag,
side you look
yeah.
at from, but always the stars are facing forward when you're charging
What if
forward.
you walk backwards into battle?
But or if you had it on your left shoulder, it would be okay to be the orientation that you're familiar with.
That's one of the interesting things about the British flag or the flag of the United Kingdom, the Union Jack, is that it looks like it's symmetrical, but it can actually be backwards
Really?
because the diagonal lines,
Well, they cross over.
they're like this, so you can actually have it
Okay.
the wrong way.
Yeah.
Do you know which way? Can you like? Would you
I
be able
could
to-
not tell you which
No,
way.
you can
But if
spot
you
it.
get it up, see, it's not symmetrical flag.
Oh yeah,
There's red in different places on the diagonals.
Yeah, that's
So
true.
it's possible to get it the wrong way around.
So Eric sent me a link here.
Yeah.
Somewhere on it's a page on the American Legion website.
Crazy. I've seen that for my whole life. I've never noticed that. Yeah.
It's a page here on the American Legion website. Someone asked, "Is it permissible to wear an item of clothing that looks like the United States flag?" The answer that they have, again, American Legion website, unless an article of clothing is made from an actual United States flag, there is no breach of flag etiquette whatsoever.
So you just can't cut a flag into shorts.
Right.
Okay.
Dang.
I always heard the same thing you
Gonna
did.
make this a pair
Can't
of
wear the
shorts.
flag.
Right.
Yeah.
So I don't know which is actually correct.
Yeah, the first time I realized that was the Union Jack thing was when we had that Vav shirt and it was like the V with the Union Jack.
Yeah.
I was like, why does it look weird? And I was like, oh, it's because the flag isn't symmetrical. Like it didn't line up.
Hot
It's very
breakfast
hot.
Oh, this is so
coming in.
I'm so happy. I like that I just wore an American flag and now I'm having a full English.
Yeah.
This is the last one. So
What do you put on toast in the UK?
Beans, right?
marmalade?
Marmalade?
Put beans on it, marmalade, jam, whatever.
I love that the Union Jack flag is a combination of like all of the what do you call them? The territories of Great Britain or of the United
like the
Kingdom, I should say.
constituent countries. You got
It's
Wales.
like Scotland, Wales,
I guess
England.
Wales is the dragon though. It's got Scotland, yeah, because
Or
Scotland is blue
Scotland,
and the
Northern
dragon.
Ireland, England.
Yeah, it's a mishmash of all the flags.
Yeah, it's like you just overlay them all and you end up with the Union Jack. I think it's a really cool way to do
How long
it.
has the UK been around?
Longer than I have.
Yeah, I bet. Yeah. But like, England's been around for a while. But how long, like, what was the first country to join? Or did they just kind of like get everything all at once?
I don't know.
Did one of them join late? Like Hawaii was the last state to join the United States.
That makes sense though. It's really far away.
That is true. It is farther away. Yeah. Puerto Rico
Scotland
keeps
was
coming
away.
close to statehood and then not getting it. That seems like a battle that we don't need to be fighting.
one of the-
Alaska's even more confusing because it's attached to a different country.
One of the biggest things, and it's hard to do without a knife. One of the biggest differences in our cultures is the bacon.
It's different in every culture, though.
Is that
Bacon
not the proper bacon?
Oh.
It looks like what is it?
You know what they call?
Canadian bacon?
Yeah, like Canadian bacon is basically ham.
Ham, yeah.
And you know what they call U.S. bacon in other places?
American
Brian?
bacon?
Call it streaky bacon.
Yep.
Right? Streaky bacon.
Tricky big.
Is it because it's like streaky?
Got a lot of fat.
The
Little fat bits.
the Acts of Union 1800 united the Kingdom of Great Britain and the Kingdom of Ireland in 1801.
In 1801. But the Irish were like, nope. And we're not doing that. Right? Is that like...
That formed the United Kingdom of Great Britain and Ireland. Following the partition of Ireland and independence of the Irish Free State in 1922,
Right.
which left Northern Ireland. Yeah, it just continued there.
Like, I feel like Wales was the first one to be like, yeah, okay, we're part of this thing. And Scotland was like, we'll see. Scotland kind of had their own kind of version of Brexit, a little bit.
Scotland seems more foreign to me than Wales.
Really? Like they were like, we're leaving the UK, but then they had a referendum and then voted not to go. But it was pretty close, if I recall correctly. And then
You're probably rethinking that now.
a few years, they probably are, honestly, yeah. And a few years later, then the UK as a whole is like, we're getting out of here. We're leaving the EU. I'll be, how's that going?
They still have that April 12th deadline, I think, now.
What do these deadlines mean? For what? They got to turn in
them
like a
to
book
all-
report? What are they doing?
For them to all vote no on something and then extend the deadline.
They all have to vote no on
I
something.
think essentially there's a date, I believe it's May 22nd, when there are EU parliamentary elections. And if the UK wants to leave, they can't have a seat in the EU Parliament. So they need to get out before those elections. That way they don't put someone in there.
What a mess.
If Brexit goes through as it is said to have, or will go through, how long do you think before Brentry? When will we come back?
Well, can we get David Brent to hit that up? Have a David Brentry.
Wow.
the moment they leave, the moment it's done and you're out of the EU, you're going to be like a free agent at that point. It would be awesome if we just that day offered you guys statehood. Just be
51
like,
states?
Well, 54, because
Oh, you're taking them all differently?
we have Wales and Scotland and Northern Ireland.
What if you just took Wales?
Like, it'd be like such a fuck you. Like, hey, you guys want to be a state? Go for it. We'll even do 7 for Canada. 7 provinces? How many provinces, Canada?
10 provinces and 3 territories.
10. What's the difference between a province and a territory?
No one wants to live in a territory?
It's like county and-
Listen, the geography of Canada is something I should know a lot better than I do, and I don't know it at all.
you got,
at all.
You got the Vancouver
I
side.
know Vancouver,
And you got the Newfoundland side.
Ontario,
Ontario's
Quebec.
not all the way over there.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Yeah, that
Which bit's French?
Quebec.
Quebec.
That sounds about right.
And then they got Calgary
Calgary.
in the middle.
I can't stop
Calgary.
eating this. I'm going to have to...
Well, I,
You know
think,
what's Calgary?
I think Eric
Here
will
you
be
go.
very happy eating. Are the territories the top 3?
They're at the top. Yeah. So you got the Northwest Territories. You
We got Quebec,
Nunavut, which is a new one, actually.
Ontario,
He's having none of it?
Manitoba.
Nunavut. It's having none of it.
How come I can't remember Saskatchewan? Is that what that is?
Yeah. There's a place in Saskatchewan called Saskatoon. And so saying Saskatoon, Saskatchewan is probably one of my favorite.
That is awesome.
Yeah. It apparently also has one of the highest crime rates out of any place in Canada because I think there's very little to do there.
What do they have? 3?
I think it's per capita.
I'm just sculpting a little breakfast sandwich.
Oh, that looks tasters. I'm
There's a
jealous.
sausage too.
You're
Eric, you sound very displeased with it.
Like you conquered like 170 countries and you're eating beans, dude. Like
Eric, why don't you shove the entirety of this up your ass?
He made
while
this
I eat
for
it?
you.
Oh, thanks, Eric. I'm sorry. Thanks for the sandwich.
enjoy your breakfast.
Shove it up your ass. Thanks for making it for me.
You were just insulting my people, so I had to step in.
I want a mushroom.
Stop talking about Canada. This is from Hunter559. As a Canadian, it hurts when you do. I never understood
Cry
that
about
people,
it.
whenever people like get upset when we talk about the thing that they know. You know, it's
Yeah.
like this is what you know. Be proud that you know it. We're trying to find out about it. We're asking questions.
Yeah.
That's how you learn.
Yeah. Oh, I couldn't even watch. It was so painful. It's really painful.
How many countries in Europe?
I used to for the Amazing Race. I used to be able to name all of them in Europe. Once you get into Eastern Europe, man,
They're coming.
it's pretty fluid over there.
Oh, it's a good toss.
Whoa.
That was a really
Holy
good toss.
shit.
I'm gonna say 23. You mean in the EU or in Europe mainland?
Europe.
23.
I got the number here. You want to hear it?
Yeah.
I think it was like close to 50, isn't it?
51.
Oh wow. Do you think that would be something we would know because we're pretty close to having 51 states, depending on whether Puerto Rico happens or not?
That's fucking top.
Is it?
Oh,
I don't like beans.
I love
I never really
beans.
got it. Jeez, you just flicked a bit of sausage at Barbara.
You know what's funny? I have so many freckles on my arms that I looked down and I couldn't tell where it was. Thank you.
There's 28 countries in the EU, counting the UK.
what?
28 countries
What
in
did
the
you say?
EU.
You said there was 51.
51 in Europe.
Oh, so you're saying not all the countries in Europe are in the EU?
No.
I didn't know that.
Yep.
What's the point?
Brexit.
Those
Full exit.
it's those Eastern
Brexit,
European countries you're talking about, the ones that still, I guess,
Slov exit.
fall under a lot of
Bosnia exit.
What about Moldova? Is that in
Russian
there?
influence. I do not think Moldova.
That was my
part
home
of the
country
EU.
for Special Olympics when Gavin and I went over for the Winter Games. He got the UK, I got Moldova. There was literally 4 people there from Moldova.
Good on them.
Got to know them.
Yeah.
It was great. They made the trip.
There was a lot of people on England.
There was a ton, yeah. There was a ton. That was so much fun, man. I thought back to they just had the Summer Games for the Olympics, Special Olympics in UAE. So it was an event. It was actually when I was out of town. The guy that we went with in Austria kind of had to make a choice, I think, between going to the Summer Games for Special Olympics or going on the sailing trip. And yeah, so I'm happy he went on the sailing trip. So
Should we mention the short that we put out this past week, the 16-year lie?
oh yeah, somebody called that in
Gus,
comments.
what are you doing here?
Somebody called that in a tweet, I think, and you reacted to it
Oh yeah, like a couple days before.
like a couple days before it came out. And then somebody accused us of stealing the idea from them. It's like,
As
no,
if we hadn't already
I
filmed
saw
it.
a
and
very
edited
snarky
it.
reply
month and
that
a
was,
half
that
ago.
was something like, "Yeah, I'm sure in the 3 days between when you said this and the short came out, that they put together a production, filmed it, edited, and released it."
Yeah, did all the posts on it. Yeah.
I wrote a short about a decade ago. I feel like I should just find it and shoot it.
You should.
You should.
As
We're
it is.
constantly looking
No
for
editing.
ideas.
Oh, not we got to edit the video, but like as I wrote it.
Yeah.
really?
No idea what it's about.
Okay.
It's about wind turbines on the side of a skyscraper.
You can power the top floor of your building.
So
I felt,
Estonia.
that was a painful short, right? With
I
all the fake
felt-
laughing.
it was painful in the sense that we had to do a lot of fake laughing, which is probably one of the hardest things to do in acting, fake crying and fake laughing. But it was also painful on another level because I actually felt legitimately sorry for you because we were just like basically telling you that your whole life was a lie.
I will
And-
say,
obviously it's scripted, but
Right. Yeah. At one point, we're doing a take and I'm standing there, like everyone's laughing, and I'm like, "This is kind of fucked up, right?
Yeah.
Like it's kind of weird."
It's a little fucked up. We're like laughing at your pain and your life turning into shambles, and I'm like, I kind of feel bad for Gus in this. I don't know.
Yeah. There was like one moment where I was like, "This is a little weird."
Yeah,
Yeah.
I felt horrible.
But yeah, it was fun.
And a lot of people were wondering about the whole like we had a woman play your wife and we called her Sarah in the short.
Yeah, I didn't think we should have done that. Would Esther not have done it?
No, she declined.
Yeah.
Oh, she did.
But
So
I
we did
think-
try to do Esther and then decline.
It would have been confusing though if we had someone playing your wife and called her Esther because
But we've
it's
done
not.
that. I feel like we've done that past with Esther's sister, haven't we?
I think she was like from behind.
Am I crazy?
I don't think so.
Esther's sister has been in shorts though.
She was in one short. She was in the Devil Box immersion.
Is that what it was?
Yeah.
Okay.
She was in something else.
No, I think she was.
She was in the recording booth,
Oh, she did
pretending to be Caboose.
a voice for episode 100 as well.
Yep.
Oh, really?
Yeah.
Okay.
But yeah, I think it would have been equally as confusing if
Who played
we
you
had
in
someone named Esther who wasn't Esther.
Who played you in the gender swap RVB episode? Who played Simmons?
I don't remember. I have no
Oh.
idea.
Was it me?
Maybe.
No.
That was
No.
like
I don't remember.
that was ages ago. Though.
Maybe I'm thinking of a
That
different
was
episode.
season 14.
There was a time earlier where Caboose's brain had like flip gender RVB stuff.
Oh, I see what you're saying. Yeah, but there was. I was thinking about
that
the
was
season
like
14 one.
Oh.
The misremembered stuff. Where Donut was the girl.
Yeah,
Yeah.
Donut specifically was a girl.
Yeah.
I don't think.
And
Griff's yellow.
Sarge was a pirate.
And Griff's
But that-
yellow.
There was something where Esther's sister played one of the characters,
In episode 100, she did a voice at the end for like one of the endings.
and that was it.
Yeah.
Okay.
I thought she was physically in something.
She was in the Devil Box short.
Oh, okay.
All right, if you're just joining us, to
I'll say it again a few more times if you want.
recap.
So I had a strange experience when I was overseas. I want to get y'all's perspective on this. I saw something that happened, and I wasn't sure if I didn't do anything about it, and it's been kind of bugging me. And I keep wondering
Oh, boy.
if it's something.
Are you sure you want to talk about this?
Yeah, if it's something, because I'm curious to know what your perspective on this is. Is this something that I should have said something about in public? So I was walking through a hotel in Singapore, and there were a bunch of tourists from.
Can I say, by the way, Singapore, most humid place on
That place
the planet.
is humid
it's,
as fuck.
It's beyond 100%.
I don't understand how anybody lives there.
What do you mean?
It's nice.
Oh, humid.
Yeah, it is. I mean, it's a wonderful place, but it is
I spent
hot
years
and humid.
in
It's like
Houston,
you're
Texas.
swimming.
I heard human.
It's insane, Gus. I spent years in Houston, Texas, which is like 100% humidity all the time. It's built on a swamp, Houston. Singapore blows it away. The people who live there are like the most resilient people on the planet. It's so fucking
Good
humid
lightning.
in Singapore. Mm-hmm. And cool hotels.
Yeah, I woke up. There was a storm one night, and it was it's unbelievable. Like I thought, we have big thunderstorms here in Central
We
Texas.
had cool ones this weekend, man.
Yeah,
Oh, yeah,
but
we
it was
did.
it's nothing like
So nice.
the lightning and thunder that I saw there. It's crazy.
Yeah, I went all the way there just to film that.
Yeah.
Like it was that much of a guarantee.
Yeah, I got out of bed to go look at it. I knew it was going to be amazing.
That
That's
museum
great.
you went to, Arts and Science?
The what? Oh yeah.
That was fucking cool. I ended up looking at the Instagram tag of like all the pictures that people would upload from that place. It looks so awesome.
Yeah, it was a really, really cool installation. They had like these LED lights that went like floor to ceiling, and then they had I didn't really get it in the video, but the floor is mirrored. So if you look down, like you see the same lights, it seems like it goes down forever. So you feel like you're suspended, like floating in
Floating,
space.
yeah.
It's really weird.
How did you feel about the document you had to sign entering Singapore?
Oh, the one that in all caps says,
Death to all drug traffickers.
yeah.
They'll just straight up kill you if you
Yeah.
bring drugs there.
And
I was looking at it, I was like, I don't have drugs on me, but I'm still scared of it.
Right, you worried about having something on your shoe.
And then sometimes they word things in weird ways. Like I was riding in a cab, and they have a little sign in the cab that says, "Remember to not forget your hand phone." I was like, "Remember to not forget"? Is that really the best way to word that? It's like,
Hand phone, too.
yeah, it's like why not remember your phone or don't forget your phone? Why is it remember to not forget your phone?
Or don't forget to remember to not forget.
Right? It's
your
like
hand phone.
this is so confusing.
Set reminder to not forget.
Anyway, so I was walking through a hotel lobby, and there's tourists from all over the world there. And there was
Yeah.
a woman who was obviously a tourist from another country, and she had a child with her. The child was walking. I don't know how old kids are. I've known to have a kid, so I'm a bad judge of this. 6 maybe? Like,
6-year-olds can walk. Yeah.
It's a good guess.
Checks
and
out.
the kid was crying, and she kind of like kicked the kid to like,
To get
Punish
him to
him?
stop crying?
right. I was like, is that
Where
Do
did
I-
she kick him? Like on the
like on the back?
Huh.
I was like, should I tell someone something? Is this like a cultural thing where that's acceptable wherever she's from? Like, is it my place to tell her not to kick her fucking kid?
Yeah.
Oh my god.
Well,
So, and I didn't say anything, and it's been like, I keep thinking about it. Like, should I have said something?
Was it like she poked him with her or like a full on?
It's like a side kind of kick thing.
Oh.
would the kid go down? Was
No, the kid did not go down. The kid was still
Like it was hard enough
standing
to
up.
clearly be something.
Yeah,
to
I was like,
hurt
and
him.
I remember I turned to Esther. I was like, She just kicked that kid.
Yeah. I can't see any outcome in confronting someone when that happens where it ends positively.
For you or the kid.
For the
Well, I mean, say for both. It's like
Yeah.
you want to end well for you, want to end well for the kid.
yeah.
Right? Yeah.
Because all I could see is someone being like, you can't tell me how to parent my child, or like, mind your own fucking business, or whatever it is.
Yeah.
Which is terrible. But
Yeah, it was just shocking to see. I had no idea what to do.
That's messed up.
I don't know. I grew up in a neighborhood when I was in New York where my buddy Carl, when he got in trouble, his mom would hit him with a stick. And that was like, I was happy my parents didn't hit me with a stick.
like the same stick every time, or just whatever stick they could find?
He had to go pick it. He had to go get his switch that she was going to hit him with. So that was part of the punishment. He had to go out into like the woods and
Come back to the twig.
Yeah.
So you can just find limp sticks and it's fine.
He would work on that. He'd like crack him a little bit, you know, and do it.
Still be like a whip.
I was like, fuck, Carl, what'd you do? He's like, man, I'm in trouble. I'm going to go home and get fucking whipped on. But it's like,
Help me find a
it didn't
stick.
seem like, if I knew that situation was going on today, it would be really bad. But like corporal punishment for kids is something that we've recently moved beyond.
Yeah.
When did that come in? Like, when were people hitting their own kids?
When I was,
Spanking is like,
when I was a kid, people hit their
People
kids.
were still
yeah.
doing it when I was a kid.
Yeah, I got whacked.
I think it
But-
started to fade out during our like generation growing up.
yeah.
So we were like right on
80s,
the
I think,
edge.
is when I feel like it really fell
Late
off.
80s, early 90s.
Yeah, but if my parents had hit me when I was like between 5 and 10, I wouldn't have been like, what just happened? I've been like, oh shit, my parents hit me. You know what I mean? It wouldn't have been, but I wasn't like some kids. Some kids got the tar beat out of them. I had an older brother who did that for me. He would hold me down and spit in my face.
That's different.
Yeah.
Those are kids. Did,
Wail on me.
did the kids stop crying?
No, kid was still having a fit.
Yes, Jimmy Wimmy.
guess-
Carl was black. You cracked the code. Yes. I guess the picking the switch thing was something that was cultural, you know, that, because I've met other,
I mean,
my
you probably
friends.
just meant like Lenny and Carl from The Simpsons.
What? You know, he said, he asked me if he's done the chat. He said,
His friend
was
was
Carl
Carl.
black?
Right.
So, yeah. And I had
what I
friends
thought.
even in Houston. That was a thing growing up. Is like picking a switch was a thing. Like that was.
What if you just came back with an axe?
Did you see that video of that woman throwing the axe? That I guess was on Reddit this weekend.
The weird thing was like the guy next to her kind of got how serious the thing was, but then didn't like. I would have freaked the
You
fuck
know,
out.
there's like those axe bars where you can go and you like throw an axe at a wall.
It's like me and Chris from Off Topic.
Very much. She had the axe. She, had over her head. She threw it, but it hit the ground. Then it bounced and it hit the target, and then it bounced and came straight back at her.
And she like ducked and it went right over her head.
It's one. You see the videos all the time. Like they threw an overhand two-handed throw
Yeah.
with an axe, and they go into the target. She was so bad, she missed and hit the floor, which I think was like a rubber floor.
I feel like they should have some type of cork or like something that
Something
it
to
wouldn't
catch it,
bounce
yeah.
off.
It'll
Here
Stick
it
in the
is.
floor too. Yeah.
Oh my god, Jesus!
And look at that guy's like, whoa! I'm gonna go get my axe.
You almost have to watch it a few times.
I
to
guess
really-
Yeah,
it was
it's like a
going-
rubber mat. See, and it just goes doink. Whoa!
Oh my god.
Yeah, I guess it wouldn't have been lethal.
she's
but
laughing.
It could have cracked her skull if that went in.
Oh yeah, absolutely. Holy shit.
Yeah, that's a bad deal.
Oh,
Equally,
I will never do that. I won't go to one of those.
I'll go do that. What the hell? Why not?
I would do it.
I take my kids to the Ren
That's
Fair.
a rarity.
They do the archery thing at the Ren Fair. It's literally like shoulder to shoulder, 30 people with bows and arrows, real bows and arrows, firing in this range, and they're all like half drunk, you
Yeah.
know. And it's like I'm like, what's
Is there a
the probability?
sobriety?
Well, it's gonna be okay. It's
Is there a
gonna be fine.
sobriety test for the shooting ranges here? For the guns?
No, but the people who run shooting ranges, I find to be they're pretty like stringent across the board.
They're very safety focused.
Yeah, very, very, very safety focused. Like if you fuck around in any way in a shooting range, they will take you out. Like,
Not a quiet place.
No.
no. Did you ever see that thing where the guy is like has the gun, and he's taking photos of it, and the instructor's like literally like looks like, you know, when cats have that horrible body language when their ears go flat and they're ready to pounce?
Yeah.
Like the instructor's watching him and the guy's like taking photos with it and all this stuff. And then sure enough, the guy's like got the gun, he's got a selfie, he's got here like
God,
this.
oh my
and then
God.
sure enough, the guy goes like this with the gun and puts it to his head.
Oh my
and takes
God.
out. The instructor is on him in like 2 seconds, which seems like a bold move anyway, because if a guy's got a gun to his head, he's not trying to kill himself. He's just taking a selfie, but he thinks he's being funny. And the guy's like unloading the gun, disassembling it, and fucking yelling at the guy. You can't see because it's surveillance footage or security footage. And he's just like yelling at him the whole time to get the fuck out of here. You're not being here. Did you see the clip that was up on Reddit this week? The guy has a gun. They're at the gun range. He's misfiring. Sorry for audio listeners. I'm not going to be able to describe this. The gun won't fire apparently because they're like firing, and there's two guys and they're looking at it, and he's like this, and then he's messing with it. He's like, and they're all frustrated. He's like, click, 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 and then he goes, puts his hand over the barrel,
What?
and does it, and then is like looking at it. Doesn't actually look down the barrel at any point in time, but then does it again. Puts his hand in front of the barrel.
What does
click,
he
click,
want?
and literally shoots a hole right through his hand.
I did not see that. No.
It's fucking insane.
I
It's like
remember
the
that.
whole time you're watching the video, you're like, dude, stop doing that. Stop doing that. And then when he does it, of course,
I don't know. Like, was he trying to feel for air?
No, it makes no sense why you would do that.
I'm baffled.
I'm
And this was
baffled
like
too.
it was like an older guy too. Like it looked like someone who.
Did you see it?
Yeah.
Oh yeah, yeah.
Is it gross?
No.
You don't really see. Like you just basically see the gun go off, and then he's like,
He does like that tappy foot dance, like all of
Yeah.
a sudden he's like in intense pain, and he's like back, and he's like tapping his feet up and down. He's like,
shot his hand off.
fucking shot a hole through his hand, dude.
What
It's
an
one of the
idiot.
dumbest things I've ever seen.
What an idiot.
Ever. And he has like multiple chances to realize the mistake that he's making and not do it. And he just takes none of those opportunities.
I can understand a gun going off by accident and hitting yourself, but to actually try and shoot your own hand, I don't understand that at all.
Yeah, it's messed up.
Doesn't make any sense.
Don't go looking for it.
Yeah, I'm gonna read this thing here.
Oh god, Agent Black K just said on chat about 10 years ago, I used to go to a gun range that had a bar inside.
sounds terrible.
That sounds like a
What?
bad
Where's
idea.
the American flag?
That sounds like a bad
Welcome
idea.
to America.
I want to remind everyone this episode of Receipt Podcast is also brought to you by.
People in chat are saying he was attempting to test a trigger-activated laser sight. So that actually makes sense.
Oh,
Why he would put his hand in front of it, except for the fact that it doesn't make any sense why you'd put your hand in front of a fucking.
Surely you
loaded
put
gun.
it in front of the sight or the laser, not
or
the
just pointing at anything
barrel.
that's not your hand.
Put up a piece of cardboard.
A laser shows up on a lot of different surfaces.
Yeah,
You
rule
don't
one is like you don't point a gun at something you do not want to completely destroy.
destroy, right?
Even if
Exactly
it's
right.
unloaded, it's like you only point it at something you're okay with totally destroying.
I didn't grow up with guns the way that you did. I've learned a lot about guns, like living in Texas. And as a gun owner, you got to learn some stuff. I've never taken a class, but I know how to fire the weapons in my house. The thing I've always heard is don't point a gun at anything that you don't want to completely destroy, and also don't ever take a gun out unless you intend to kill someone. Like in a situation with don't take a gun
right.
out to hurt somebody. If you're taking a gun out in a situation with another person, you're taking the gun out to kill them.
Yeah, there's
And not
no
to hurt
like
them.
shoot to injure.
No.
Like
That's
that
if
doesn't
someone
exist.
comes on your property.
Well, that's like shoot to get
Just like
sued,
if you,
probably.
it's just like don't point a gun at somebody unless you want to kill them. Don't point a gun at something unless you want to be destroyed. Don't point a gun at a person unless you want them to die.
It's not even like taking the chance. You can't shoot someone and think like, oh, I'm just going to injure them. Like, no, there's still a really good chance you're going to kill them.
Yeah,
Even
and if you
that's not
try to
your
injure them,
intention,
you're
no.
just not shooting at them, basically. Yeah.
Yeah, there's it's either on or off.
Well, you guys
no
grew
in
up with
between.
learning all that stuff, right? I know you did with your family. Did you do as well with your?
In my family, we had knife fights, but yeah, we moved on to guns. It's like,
You're British.
No, I didn't. I learned though from friends and stuff. Like my first experience with guns was probably 9th grade. I think I went skeet shooting with my friends, and one of their dads was there, and he was like surprised that I had never held a gun before, and I think his reaction kind of led me into thinking this is something that I should catch up on. So it was, and then that was used for skeet shooting. Use shotguns for that. So first experience with shotguns and then with handguns. I've never fired we fired that machine gun off of the chopper for the vlog because that was just fun to do. But I don't think I've ever fired a rifle of any kind except for like an air rifle.
Really?
I've only fired handguns and shotguns because my whole thing's just been home defense.
It is interesting. I've always found it interesting the differences between different states. Because I was filming it in Alabama, we're shooting high speed of guns.
Yeah.
And at one point, one of the people we were with left their gun with us so we could continue to film it. And someone asked him, like, you gonna be all right? Like, without the gun? And he was like, yeah, I should be fine, yeah. Because he carries it on him. I was like, I've never had a gun on me my entire life. And the fact that this guy was gonna go, maybe an hour without his, they were like, you're gonna be fine, right?
Right, you're gonna be okay.
And I was like, that is just such a
Do you
different
want
way
a
of
hand
thinking.
grenade to carry around in case shit
I
goes
was like,
down?
it's just so interesting to me.
Well, yeah,
I love
absolutely.
it. I love the differences.
My the guy we used to work for was grew up as like living on a ranch and everything, so guns were like a huge part of his life. And he would let us go out and like to his land and just shoot if we wanted to. And it's fun. It really is fun. I know they're very dangerous weapons and they're used for horrible things, but if you use them properly and you don't use them for violent purposes, it's actually fun to go out and shoot a gun. Freaks some people out though. We went out to a gun range with you guys early on, and we
My
brought another
first and
friend.
only time.
He did not like that at all. He did not enjoy that experience in any way whatsoever.
No, that was interesting.
Yeah.
I wasn't the biggest fan of it.
It's definitely
it's loud.
I feel like if you reach adulthood having never touched one, and then you start firing one, it's a very weird feeling. But you get used to it.
Oh,
So we have a special segment after this, right?
Yeah, we do.
oh yeah.
We'll throw that here in just a bit. There's one more thing I wanted to mention before we go. I'm like super.
Yep.
What's the word?
Gross?
Obsessed
Oh.
with aviation
Yeah.
and the aviation industry. And when I was flying back from Singapore, normally that's like if we flew Singapore to San Francisco. Normally that's like a 14.5-hour flight. And they told us when we started, before we took off, the pilot was like, "We're gonna be this favorable wind. We're gonna be able to shave some time off the flight. Flight's only gonna take us 13 hours today." So I thought that's a huge
good time from
difference
Singapore.
in time. So I started watching. One of the things you can do in your in-flight entertainment is look at like your speed. It's like I'm curious to see how fast we're gonna go. And so I'm watching it. We're like going like 750 miles an hour. I'm like, that's pretty fast. It's like a 200 mile an hour tailwind. And I just kept watching, and like the speed just kept going up and up. And I started wondering, like, what's the speed record for a 787? So the fastest I could find that a 787 has ever gone is 801 miles an hour.
Holy shit.
Wind assisted. We got up to 792 miles an hour
really
on our
fast.
flight.
Wow.
I was like, we are fucking hauling ass.
Did it feel any different?
No, it doesn't feel any different at all.
So cool.
But it's weird to watch it and just see like the numbers keep going up. And I was like, I took a photo of my fucking in-flight entertainment. It was like, I've never seen the speed get that
It's
high
so-
before.
Yeah, I feel like I've seen a lot of 600s for flights I've been on.
It's so crazy when you're going that fast, but like it literally feels like nothing on a plane.
Well, you only feel acceleration, don't you? So.
Well, you look out the window and just like you see like just stuff going by like this, and then occasionally on a flight you'll get something that's a frame of reference for how fast you're going. Typically, if you're in a very popular flight path, you'll see another plane go by. That's fucking freaky.
Coming
When
the
it's
other
going other
way.
way,
Yeah.
it's
Yeah.
like whoosh. It's like it goes by so fast. You're like, holy shit! Yeah, we're moving really fast.
Or just like if you see another plane in the distance and you're like, is that coming towards us?
yeah.
Is it gonna?
Dude, I to this day, I still don't like landing at airports where there's another plane landing. Even if it's like 300, 400 yards away, it's just like on the same approach and everything. It's just like, that shouldn't happen.
Why?
I don't know. Jet wash? I don't know. It's something.
There's
Yeah.
rules for that. You don't have to worry about it.
I guess so.
Trevor
But
could
we were
probably
going-
explain it to you.
Jet wash.
We were going 792 miles an hour with a tailwind of 226 miles an hour.
People keep asking in the chat. I feel like we should say it. People keep asking in the chat about Shazam. What do we think about it? Anybody else see Shazam besides
yet.
me?
I haven't seen it yet.
I
want
was
to.
set for our screening.
I did the dumbest fucking thing where I had extra tickets. So for every movie, including Endgame, I buy my tickets and then I buy like 4 other tickets
bring
in
guys.
case
I'm
people
good.
want them. You can come?
No, thank you. I appreciate it.
You sure?
Oh, wait, yeah.
What if you didn't have to go
away.
with me? What if I bought tickets to another theater, 2 seats, and I could just give you those?
Is it because you don't want to sit next to him?
No, I don't want to put anyone
like,
out.
He doesn't like opening
But if he has
weekend crowds.
extra.
He literally
doesn't like
bought
opening
them
weekend
for
crowds.
this.
Oh, wait. It's good.
So I bought, and I was walking around the office, bar office, trying to like give these tickets away because I also booked them for 4:00 on a Thursday, so I
Yeah,
got
you
out.
did.
I got to
Oh, I
cut out of
remember.
work an hour early to go see the movie, and John Reisinger and Allie took me up on 2 of the tickets, and then I was giving a tour to some friends who were in town, and so I was a little bit late, and then they texted me from the theater because I was rushing to get there. Like, do you know you booked this for the Slaughter Alamo, which is like literally as far
Is that the
away.
furthest
Especially
one?
on a 4:00 on a Thursday.
Yeah.
Like, you're not getting down there.
It's
in
like
time.
by the old office.
And then I was like, I got there and it was 4:20. They had a showing at the one right next to us. It's we're by the old airport, and the Alamo next to us had a showing at 4:20. So I was able to buy another set of tickets, like 4 tickets, to go see it again.
So you mean you had 4 tickets that just went unused at Slaughter?
6, and I got a rain check for them. So
Oh, good.
I'm okay there. But
So
I
I'm
feel
confused. Did you see the film?
So I saw it, yes. But I saw it 20 minutes late, even though it actually all worked out perfectly for me because I was running late anyway.
Oh.
And I got to go see it.
Why
at
didn't you go
4:20.
to the company screening that we had?
Because I already had the tickets bought. I just didn't know they were for the wrong theater.
But that was the day before.
But yeah, but I bought the tickets earlier. And then when I found out they were the wrong theater, I bought the new tickets.
Why didn't you just rain check the later tickets and go to the free one that the company put on?
Because I didn't think about the rain check thing because I already had, I said, well, why would I go take a seat at the screening from someone else? I already had tickets to go see it the next day. I'm fine. But then I go I turned out I had the wrong theater. Then I start thinking about rain check stuff because I don't want to waste 6 tickets worth of money.
I like how you're talking about taking a seat away from someone. Sophie sent probably 5 emails that day being like, anybody need tickets? Because I think like not enough people showed up to fill the theater. Because there's, I think, a little last minute, but you're like,
last minute.
I don't want to take away seats from anybody.
My opinion was it was good. I liked it. It was very different for a superhero movie. It's one of the few superhero movies I would say was very cute. It was. I don't know how else to describe it. It was fun.
He
It
is
was
cute.
Yes, yeah.
Very cute.
He was sitting right over there.
And it was really a lot of fun. There's some stuff about it that happens later in the movie that I would want to talk about. But obviously I don't want to ruin it for people who haven't seen it, and you 3 have not. And it's been only a week that it's been out. Not even.
I'm
Like
gonna
one
try to
weekend.
I'm gonna try to see it this week.
Yeah, go see it. And then we can maybe talk some more about it on a post show or
So
something.
we had Zachary Levi on the podcast to talk about Shazam a couple weeks ago. And similarly, after this, stay tuned if you're watching live. We're going to have a segment that we did with Dave Bautista and Kumail Nanjiani about Stuber, which is their upcoming film.
Yeah.
It's good to talk with them. So if you're watching live, stay tuned. We'll have that coming
Is
up here
this
in just a
cut?
bit. No, we're good.
You cut this?
We're fine.
All right. So thanks everybody for watching. We'll see you guys next time.
Bye.
Hey everyone, thanks for watching the podcast. Make sure you stay tuned. We have a special bonus segment with Dave Bautista and Kumail Nanjiani. They were nice enough to stop by, talk about their new film Stuber, which is coming out this summer. You can check out the trailer right now if you're interested, and also watch our bonus segment where we talk about the film. Hello everyone, welcome to a special supplemental segment for the Rooster Teeth podcast. As always, we got Gus and Bernie here on the ends, and we're joined by a couple of special guests.
Just us.
Well, no, and our special guest this week. We have Kumail Nanjiani and Dave Bautista.
But if I may, can I correct really quickly? Oscar nominated Kumail Nanjiani.
And 6-time wrestling champion Dave Bautista.
Exactly. Been box office juggernaut, Dave
Yeah,
Bautista.
that's right.
So you all have your new film Stuber coming out July 12th, which is, if I'm understanding correctly, it's a police officer gets into an Uber and needs an Uber to drive him around all day.
Correct.
Kind of.
Kind of.
Why don't you explain the premise?
It's more of a detective. He's on a search for a killer, and he begrudgingly uses Uber, and he forces this Uber driver to drive him around all day on the search for this killer.
He's just gotten LASIK surgery that day,
Right.
so he can't see.
He's not happy to be using Uber. He doesn't even know really what Uber is or understand how it works.
Right. And so he kind of forces me to go on this like all-night adventure to get the bad guy. Yeah.
It's
So
a
it's
lot
like
of
an
fun.
action comedy. It's yeah.
So am I guessing that you two spent a lot of time with scenes in a car? Like, so just the two of you?
Correct.
Just where you developed this rapport was lots of time one-on-one?
Correct.
We haven't seen it yet. We're going to see it tonight.
Yeah,
You're here
yeah.
for South by Southwest.
It's
in
great.
Austin.
I love this movie. I'm so excited to finally that we're finally showing it to a crowd. Like
Yeah.
nobody's seen it.
I
And
haven't seen it.
Yeah, even he hasn't
haven't
seen
seen
it.
Is that true, really?
I haven't seen it.
I read that you don't like to watch yourself.
I don't like it at all.
I'm
very
the same
uncomfortable.
way
We were
when I'm
just
in stuff.
having this conversation on the way over.
Yeah.
I just don't. I'm
Are you
uncomfortable.
nervous for tonight?
I am. I don't want to be there.
You don't?
No, I want to
So-
go and say hi and leave.
Are you
Can
not gonna?
can you step out while the film's playing and then?
Yes, he can.
I probably could, but
Don't do
I
it.
feel
Watch
like
the
the
film.
opportunity is there, and I would feel like I would kind of be, I'd be being disrespectful. to people
It's
if I
great,
did.
and
Like,
you're
I know
great
the
in it.
director, Michael Dowse, really wants me to watch it, and so I don't want to just step out. And leave.
Yeah.
I am uncomfortable with it. Yeah.
It's great, and you're great in it. You're gonna love it. You're gonna have a great time. You should watch it.
I totally get that. Like, even sometimes on set, you have the chance after you do a take, you have a chance to watch the monitor, and I'm just like, I don't want to do it.
I don't watch it.
Because
I don't
to
watch
me,
playback,
it gets in my head too much
Yeah,
a little
yeah,
bit.
same
You know,
way.
start overthinking. Do you watch like your matches ever, your bouts in WWE?
I try not
Back
to.
in that career?
Yeah, I try not to.
Really?
I have watched some of them, but yeah, I kind of, since it's kind of like live performance, you kind of know how it went. You kind of feel it,
Oh, you really do?
Oh, for sure. Yeah.
Wow,
sure.
that's
And the
interesting.
WWE audiences are just like ridiculously
brutal.
responsive.
Oh my
yeah.
god. Yeah, they're brutal.
Highly engaged. Highly engaged.
Yeah, that's a nice
we have-
way to put it.
We have a very engaged fan of our own who
If we're
works
gonna-
in the booth back there.
Anyway, so
So it's always
please be careful.
Oh my god.
I can't imagine. It's always a strange scenario for me. Anytime I use rideshare, Uber, or whatever, it's like you're getting into a stranger's car. Like this person has their whole life, they're all whatever they have going on, and you just willingly are like, yeah, sure, I'm getting in that person's car. And
You know what the most personal moment to me is when you have to put something in the trunk. And they
Oh,
open the
yeah,
trunk,
they
and there's
open
always
it. There's
very
like-
personal things.
Yeah, it's
in the
like
trunk.
duct tape and rope, and you're like, what is going on? I'm gonna take the next one.
And like a hamster cage for some reason
Yeah.
or something like that.
A few years ago, I was taking, it was before Uber started, before, Uber had taken off. I was taking a taxi from one of our old offices. I had to take a taxi from the office to my house. So I hailed a cab here in downtown Austin, got in the back of the cab, told the guy where I was going. He starts driving. We get a couple blocks down, and he's blasting Alex Jones on the radio. I'm like, all right. And the whole time he's driving, he's making intense eye contact with me in the rearview mirror, just like looking at me straight in the eyes. And I'm like, all right. And then he finally, we come to a red light. He stops and he turns around, looks over the seat, looks me straight eye to eye and says, I'm going to put the light in you. And I said, okay.
no.
And I just pulled out some cash. I go, here you
What
go.
is that?
I don't know. I just opened the door and stepped out. I was like, all right, I'm done.
I'm gonna put the light in you.
Yep.
When you give him cash?
Yeah.
It's in the app. You just
No,
gave him more money.
This was a cab.
Oh, I see. Okay.
Before Uber. So I was like, here you go. I'm done.
And you can't review
do it
those
right
guys.
Here. No.
They're still out there putting lights in people.
And he's like, and he knew where I was going. He knew where my house was. Like, I don't think I slept at all that night.
Oh my god.
So that's why even to this day, I'm still like wary getting into Ubers or anybody else's cars.
am gonna-
I don't know what's happening.
I'm gonna use that phrase a lot going now.
I'm going to put the light in you.
Hey, I'm gonna put a light in you. Take that however you want.
Maybe it's good. Maybe it's
Standing
bad.
in line at the bank.
My weirdest Uber thing was I was waiting for my fiance Ashley. We were going somewhere. It was in LA, and I was parked outside of the place we were staying. And then someone just opens my back door and gets in the car. I'm just sitting there
Cool.
waiting for her.
Right.
And I turn around, this young lady in my back seat, and I said, "Are you looking for an Uber?" She goes, "Yeah." Mm-hmm. I'm like, "She's on the phone," and I said, "Because I'm not an Uber. This is just my car.
This is just
I'm
my
sitting here."
car.
And then it was like I told her it wasn't my birthday. She gets mad at me.
Yeah.
She's
And then she put the light in you.
she was furious with me for not being an Uber. Like I tricked her somehow. So
Yeah, like I don't understand how that happens. I'm always like triple checking the license plate in the app
Oh
on the
yeah,
car. Like,
totally. I don't
get
want to
it.
get
Though.
into
I
the
knew
wrong
as soon
place.
as she got in what was
Yeah.
going on.
Yeah.
She wasn't trying to like escape. So it wasn't like a scenario like Stuber where it's actually some cool adventure I'm about to go
It's
on.
not cool. It's terrifying. It's a terrifying adventure.
You know what the premise reminds me of? It's one of these things that's kind of been lost to time. Was like there used to be this thing in movies where they, be in New York and they jump in a cab and say, "Follow that car." And that used to be
Right.
the thing. You just don't see that anymore.
Right. This is kind of like that.
Yeah.
It really is. It's sort
The
of
modern
like,
version of it.
It's like a new version of an old school type of movie, which is the buddy cop movie, which
Yeah.
sort of had gone away. But I love those movies, and I think I really like this movie.
Yeah,
But
we're-
I am slightly biased because I'm a huge Dave Bautista fan.
So the movie, like we said, comes out July 12th. Apparently, we're also there's a new trailer out.
yeah, really looking forward to seeing it tonight. Dave, I know maybe might not see you there, but
No, Dave's gonna be there.
We'll see
You're
on
gonna,
screen.
I'll
you're
be
gonna
there.
come and watch.
No, I'm going to come and watch. Yeah, for sure. Yeah.
Yeah, you'll be there?
Yeah.
All right.
Yeah, he'll be there.
I'll be there.
I'll force it.
Against better judgment, he'll be there. But it's a great theater. It's a really old Art Deco theater, the Paramount in downtown
beautiful.
Austin. It's a
Yeah,
you were
gorgeous
there the
theater.
other night, right?
Yeah, yeah. I've been there a
There's
few times.
a hole in the ceiling that Harry Houdini allegedly drilled there for one of his bits that he did when he performed on stage there. So it's this great theater with tons of history to it.
Really?
Yeah.
And you could see the hole?
You can still, the hole is still there. It's in the
But,
top.
yeah, but
Some
what-
rigging you put up or something.
Watch the film though. Don't look up.
Yeah.
I'm going to find this hole.
You will.
I want to find Houdini's hole.
And then you're gonna put then
You
you're
in
gonna,
Austin.
then you're gonna put a light in it.
Put the-
Yeah. I just want to go and hang a light from Houdini's hole. What's so weird?
I found Houdini's
I'm going to
hole.
have 90 minutes because that's how long the movie is.
All right, guys.
What?
Well,
Yeah.
congrats.
Yeah, thank
Good
you
to
so
see
much.
you.
What was he doing with the hole?
I think it was rigging. See, I don't want to give away anybody's secrets because
Well,
he's an
I think
escape
it's
artist.
okay. I
But
think
I
you
think he-
can
yeah, I-
give his away.
I think it was probably like some kind of tether to pull himself out of something that he was trying to escape from.
But
Total
if there's
conjecture
a
on my part.
hole in the ceiling, you know that he's up to something.
It's way up there too. Yeah.
Okay.
You'll know when you see it.
I don't know. Maybe it was a platform or something. I don't really know what Harry Houdini did besides escape from stuff.
He was a magician.
And he let people
Punch him in the
stomach. Right?
Yeah, which did not end well.
Right.
All right. Well, thanks for watching, everybody. Thank you so much for coming by, talking about the film. We really appreciate it, and looking forward to checking it out.
And never tell Kumail happy birthday ever,
Yeah.
as long as you live.
And
Give
go
him
get a
cake.
light in you.
Bye.
Bye, everybody.
Hey, YouTube. We need to talk to you about something serious for just a second, if we can. We know you normally don't hear this kind of thing, but if you enjoyed the video, we would really like it if you would hit the like button and also seriously consider subscribing to the channel.
It's very important for us.
Sausage.
Okay.